Good Monday evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Upperman High School, the side of this high school basketball doubleheader between Upperman and Grace Christian Academy. I'm Noah McKay on the call here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Thrilled to be joined by my friend Jacob Vinson as we sit a couple of minutes away from tip-off in our opening matchup. It's the girls' game, and a good one between the Grace Christian Lady Rams and the Upperman Lady Bees. Tonight's broadcast presented by Gentry's Power Equipment, and this is the Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show. And two really good girls basketball teams set to face off. Another tough one scheduled by Dana McWilliams for her squad. The Lady Bees 6-1 on the season, coming off their best win of the season. A dominant 59-31 win at Creekwood, and that is not a down Creekwood team. It is the best win of the season for Upperman so far. Grace Christian, they're trying to get it turned around here after a really good start. They are 6-3 on the season, but they've lost two of their last three, including last time out on Friday against CAK by 15. They were blown out by McMinn Central by 25, but don't let it fool you. There are a couple of really good players for this Lady Rams squad, led by the transfer in out of Gatlinburg, Pittman. She was GP's best player. Now she's Grace Christian's best player. Kim Roseman going to be in the house tonight to watch somebody she's offered. And Nia Burns, the guard, will be a tough matchup tonight for the Lady Bees. If they can solve it, they can get a win. But another test tonight, Jacob, for Upperman.
Got a really good win against an Oakland team that looked pretty solid on Thursday night. They go on the road to a Creekwood team that has been to the state tournament a handful of times over the last few years. A very good win on the road at Creekwood, looking to continue that here at home, and a first doubleheader of the year here in Baxter as well.
We will have the boys' game to follow here live on the main UCR YouTube channel exclusively tonight, so we hope you'll share the stream to all your friends and family across social media. When we come back, we'll have the tee-up starting lineups and get to all the action between the Lady Bees and the Lady Rams. This is Upperman Basketball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Goff Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the 290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
All Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. All Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. Hall Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. It's time for the Tee Up starting lineups. Tee Up just minutes away from Upperman High School. I'll be there tomorrow getting ready because we're going to Florida with the McWilliamses, which means I got to be up on my golf game. So we will be there tomorrow. State-of-the-art golf simulators located right in our backyard. The starting lineups first for the Grace Christian Lady Rams. And our co-head coaches Dominic and Angela Wright with a 6-3 overall record. Already played 2 district games. They are 1-1. Starting for the Lady Rams tonight on the road. Number 1, Hayden Hill. Number 2, Tinley Bruce. Number 10, Nia Burns. Number 13, Abby Roberts. And number 35, Katie Gonzalez. Starting for the Upperman Lady Bees and her head coach Dana McWilliams in her 31st season here at the helm in Baxter with a 6-1 overall record. It was one change into the starting lineups in Creekwood. It worked in tune to their biggest victory of the season. Number 11, Sadie South. Number 12, Taylor Delenti. Number 22, Gracie Butler. Number 23, Maggie Butler. And number 41, the senior guard, Ava May Allen, into the starting lineup the past couple of games. Jacob adds a defensive presence, a little bit of that fiery nature that Dana McWilliams loves, and they get a spark plug now off the bench with Cora Bass behaving in that 6-girl role.
Well, Cora Bass, that's what she's been used to here in her career as an Upperman Lady B. And for Ava May Allen, we saw her come in against Oakland on Thursday, especially in the second half, and really play pretty well in that basketball game. I think a big reason why she got the start against Creekwood on Saturday, it obviously worked very well for them. You mentioned Nia Burns, one of the best players from Gatlinburg-Pittman a year ago, averaging almost 11 points per game on that GP team.
Lead official Bobby Rollins throws it up. Let's get it on a Monday night in Baxter, and Burns will be picked up by Ava May Allen to open up this contest as Dana McWilliams is going to start in the man-to-man, then get into the 2-3 later on, probably in this quarter, as Gonzalez has it, now swings it over left wing side. Grace Christian in those navy blue jerseys with the baby blue letters and numbers outlined in white trim, the Titans' two-tone blue color scheme. They're a lot better than the Titans are, though, in their respective sports. As Hill starts to drive in on Delenti. She's coming off an explosive 27-point outing against Creekwood. Kick out, pass, 3 ball up and good. Nice half-court offense as that one is splashed home. And Roberts makes it 3-0 in favor of GCA.
Yeah, and Grace has challenged themselves early on this season.
And they left Sadie South wide open, and they'll be tied. Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for the sharpshooter. It's 3-3.
And I've been really impressed with Sadie South. I know you have been as well, especially at the start of the season. Has been in double figures for the last couple of games and has really blossomed into a good starter for this Lady B team.
Burns into the half court, now floats back out towards that secondary UHS logo. We're a minute into the contest, 3-3 as we traded triples. Now in the half court, off the dribble. That's a confident shot, and it was not a good shot. Air ball. We're going the other way. A minute and 14 seconds in. Let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Yes, we're on YouTube. Yes, we still need you to comment. Yes, we still need you to like and subscribe and do all those other things. It helps us out a whole bunch. It's why we're on YouTube. Facebook doesn't want to pay us. YouTube does. Help us out as Sadie South has it in the half court. Sends over to Ava May Allen. Allen working against Burns. Crossover move to the baseline. Now picks up. Reverses out. Taylor Delenti's open. Step back 3 for Delenti. That one's no good. Rebound down. And Nia Burns looks to push it in transition. Burns accelerates. Now behind the back dribble. Has it poked by Allen now. A scrum for it. And GCA comes away with Roberts.
And this is why Ava May Allen is in the lineup, because she's a really good defender, and that's why she's on Burns right now as well.
Burns is carrying it on every dribble. They're letting it go right now as Roberts flips back to her. Quick trigger 3. That is a silky smooth shot. Maggie Butler.
You said it too. It was quick.
That was out of there. Butler with the rebound. Gives it to Gracie, who's fouled on the way up. And Gracie Butler to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Hayden Hill made it count and will force Butler to try to earn it at the stripe.
As I was saying earlier, for this Grace Christian team, they've played a very good schedule. They've played Hamilton Heights a couple of times. They've played Heritage already once, McMinn Central, Concord Christian, and then CAK, which those last two district opponents. And you mentioned it, 1-1 in their last couple of games, lost 2 out of their last 3 games. But a good basketball team, and again, another good challenge for this Upperman team.
First free throw, no good. I mentioned we're going to be in Orlando in Tampa with the Lady Bees and the Bees for the Tampa Bay Christmas Invitational. UCR going on the road again to the Sunshine State. The actual games will not be until December 20th through the 23rd. We'll be there a few days earlier as Butler makes the first free throw, but we will be living it up at theme parks and on golf courses for the first couple of days. Now a bounce pass to the baseline. 1 point Lady Bee lead after a 3 opened the game for GCA. They've scored 4 straight. Burns in the half court. If you're going to get Upperman, you got to get them early when they're in the man-to-man. Burns works off a ball screen. Now fires into the low block. Gonzalez tries to move Butler. Can't do it. And we're going the other way to the Lady Bees. And I think, nope, never mind. It is going to be to the Lady Bees. And a sub early in here is Anaya Duvall will check in.
You've talked about it, too. Maggie Butler now back playing basketball. They were going to try to get her back maybe toward the end of the season last year, unable to do so. Had a really good summer and is starting to really turn into the player I think everybody thought she could be, especially down low in the post. She can stretch it out on the perimeter as well and has rebounded the basketball exceptionally well.
If you remember 3 years ago as Delente got free off a couple of screens. Good. Taylor Delente with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Lady Bees lead by 4. 3 years ago, the very, very good Upperman Middle School girls team that featured the Butler twins. Maggie was the superstar of that team and has missed with injuries. Now she's back, starting to feel comfortable. Off the dribble, another 3 for Roberts. No. Good box out in the rebound for Delente, and she'll push it ahead quickly. Ava Mae Allen eyes up and now slows it down in the half court. Over to Butler. Butler off a screen, now back to Sadie South. South finds Ava Mae Allen right wing side, and in the corner, Maggie Butler. She can shoot it and will, too strong, but right to Sadie South, and she traveled. Went to go up for the shot, and Roberts was there, and she started to spin. It's a turnover.
And that's the one thing that she'll start to try to add to her game as her career progresses, is that inside game. Obviously not the tallest player out there, so it's not in her game just yet. And so she tries to get it back out on the perimeter, just didn't see the defender there until the last second.
Roberts trying to shed Butler in the full court pressure. Now she'll give back to Duvall. Burns within the half court, scoreless so far. We don't expect that to last. Now they swing it over left side for Roberts. Roberts now off the dribble for 3. She's just jacking it up. No good, but Duvall got the rebound. Put back too strong. Good rebound for Maggie Butler, and Upperman will push it the other way. And Roberts is firing at will. Shooters shooting the half court. Butler one-on-one drives in. Gracie in the foul. This one will go on Charlie Pankratz. That's her first, team second. And Gracie Butler, 1 for 2 so far. She's going back to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. And we will see Cora Bass into the game for the first time after the first.
That's what makes Gracie so tough to defend, because she's going to make the official make a call, whether it's right or whether it's wrong. She's going to create contact and put you in a tough spot. Even if you play pretty good defense, you're going to put it into the hands of the officials. They give her the call that time, and she's able to convert the first.
And that was one where Pankratz thought she didn't commit the foul, but there was some arm contact on the way up. Second one for Butler is no good. Fight for the rebound, tipped, and Duvall comes away. Now Roberts will push it. 8 unanswered so far for the Lady Bees. Dangerous pass, and that will go, well, they'll save it in, they'll say, but it went right to Butler, and now Cora Bass pushing it ahead. Bass with fresh legs over to Delente. Delente back to Gracie Butler. Butler starts to drive again. She'll kick it out, Maggie Butler. Maggie to Ava Mae, now left side Delente, a deep 3 from the secondary logo. Got it. Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate 3, the second of the quarter for Taylor Delente.
Yeah, she's shooting the basketball pretty well early on, I'd say.
And 27 against Creekwood. She's far and away the team's leading scorer right now, and it's been consistent every night. And talking earlier, some of the coaches, they said, that was kind of a quiet 27 just within the flow of the game. That tells you about the level she's getting to in her junior season. Now the defense locking in. A drive for Roberts. Throws it up. Got her on rebound. The putback, no. Stifling defense by the Lady Bees. Delente with another rebound. Sends it ahead to Bass. Wasting no time to Maggie Butler, who puts it off the glass. Good for 2, and it's timeout time for the visitors from Knoxville. A 13-0 Lady Bees run. 30 seconds on the floor, so we'll keep it right here, I believe.
Yes.
Nope, they're going to stretch it to a full, so we'll take it with them. 3 to go in the first quarter. It's a 10-point Lady B lead. This is Upperman basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Iron Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Iron Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. It was 3-0 GCA. Now it's 13-3 Upperman. Taylor DeLenti, 2 triples. Sadie South with another, and a couple of freebies for Gracie Butler have given Upperman the advantage. Now out of the break, Nia Burns showing off the speed into the half court. Ella Harrell's in for the first time, and Ava Mae Allen stays with her stride for stride. Good defensive start for the senior guard, Ava Mae Allen. Burns sends it over left side. Now a baseline drive, starts to float back. Into the corner, Gonzalez. Now Burns. Crosses, now flips back. Over to Gonzalez. Now trying to get this offense working in the half court. Roberts fires a dangerous pass. Ricochets, and we'll take that right back, say the Lady Bees. Maggie Butler with the steal. Now Cora Bass pushing it ahead. Flips back to DeLenti. She's feeling it, but didn't quite get a good rhythm on that one. Toss back. Allen, now to Cora Bass. Ella Harrell in that low block. They love to set her up here if they can. Gonzalez trying to body her up. Bass draining the clock. Nearing 2 to play in quarter number 1. Now Harrell out to the top of the circle. Right side, Butler. Maggie Butler off the dribble. Drives in and a foul. Got bumped, and it'll be 2 free throws upcoming. This one's going to go on Sarah Beth Butler. It'll be her first, team's third, and a trip to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for Maggie Butler, trying to extend a 13-0 Lady Bees run.
And this is kind of a new lineup for Coach McWilliams. You've got both your post players that normally will switch in and out for each other. And somehow I missed a point in there somewhere.
Oh,
unless, add it up for me over there. Did
1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12.
Do they have 13 or 14?
I think it was, now it's 14. It is now 14.
Okay.
I'll count it up.
So I
again.
missed a point somewhere.
Next one for Maggie Butler is good also. Tonight's broadcast presented by Gentry's Power Equipment. We appreciate them for being the presenting sponsor of Upperman basketball and football this year. Baseline, we do appreciate your hometown steel dealer located right on Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville. They've been awesome to us, and you should be awesome to them. Go buy a mower or a chainsaw or leaf blower, as that one's tipped out of play. It'll stay on this end with GCA. Just chuckling because Jacob and I had a little nonverbal communication there.
Verbal and nonverbal.
Now off the dribble, deep 3 on the way, no. Long rebound though. Long shot, long board. They extend GCA in a 15-0 run for the Lady Bees. 95 seconds to play in the opening quarter. This is not a slouch tonight in the Hive against this Upperman team. Little drive inside, left-handed lay, good. That's a tough finish. Hayden Hill gets her first bucket and slows the run at least for now.
Yeah, they're just trying to get anything going right now.
Cora Bass into the half court, forced back out. Now into a driving Gracie Butler. It's cleared out and a foul. This one gonna go on Anaya Duval. That'll be her first in a trip back to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. For Gracie Butler, it's her 3rd trip so far. And I think next one, or first one rather, for Gracie is good. And 4 different Lady Bees have scored here in the opening quarter for Upperman.
That's what makes them really dangerous. I talked about it earlier on, how Sadie South has really kind of found her stride offensively. Obviously, Taylor DeLenti has been their leading scorer at times, but then Gracie Butler, she can also go out there and get 20 points in a game, and she's already had a great start to this one.
She goes 2 for 2 at the stripe that time. And now a little breakdown in the pressure. Burns with a nice feed over left side to a wide open layup. Sarah Beth Butler with the 2, and the breakdown for Upperman, the rare defensive breakdown, leads to an easy 2.
Yeah, and really the first one of this game, they've been playing flawless defense until that point.
Sadie South got free. Now she'll put the dribble down. Little runner up, no. Rebound down. Next time she made his trigger to the 3. It's exactly what Dana McWilliams wanted her to do over there on that sideline, driving in. Now a little bunny hop, no, too strong, rebounded by Taz Delenti. So we didn't know that's her nickname, Taz. I didn't just make that up. As Allen has it over the right side. Picks up now, trying to spin, gets it to Gracie Butler. Under 30 seconds, they're holding for the last shot with a double-digit lead already here at their home court. 3 home games this week for the Lady Bees for heading out to Florida. And then coming back with that very difficult tournament at Greenville as Butler creates some separation, 12 seconds. It's an area they want to be better in. The final 10 seconds of the quarter. Here's 8 left for Maggie Butler. Picks up, the double team arrives. She steps it through to Gracie. 4 seconds and she traveled. Feet started moving before she put the dribble down. 2.8 seconds for GCA to kind of try and get a heave.
That was kind of more so just the pass wasn't quite getting to her quick enough. She tried to go before she got the basketball, and that was the result.
Cora Bass checks in for this final play. Running out of time. Now the inbound goes to Burns. Bass stays with her stride for stride. Half-court heave would count, but it's no good. And it brings us to the end of quarter number 1. A strong frame for the home team. After 1, it's Upperman 17, GCA 7. This is Upperman basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear DJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Welcome back as we open the second quarter, 17-7 Lady Bees. It was 3-0 Grace Christian, and then Upperman went on a 13-0 run. Traded buckets at the end of the frame, and Upperman holds on to a 10-point advantage. Noah McKay joined by Jacob Vincent here, a doubleheader tonight. Ty Cobb, Bronson Chaffin and company coming to action next. As Taylor Delenti gives to Cora Bass, now right side Gracie Butler. Into a zone look defensively, it looks like, for Grace Christian. South sends over left side Delenti, kind of stretching it out. Now Bass, right side Butler. As Sadie South waiting. She has it left wing side. Now Bass back across Delenti. To Bass. They're trying to get an open shot here from behind the arc. Delenti thinking about it. Now sends to Bass. Back right side Butler. Upperman very comfortable with a very long possession.
Well, I mean, this is what they face every single day in practice, so it's no stranger to them.
Delenti, right side Butler. She's going to show the quick trigger 3. No good. Rebound down and wrestled away by Hill, and an opportunity for Grace Christian to get it back to single digits. Back to Burns. The explosive Nia Burns only held scoreless there in quarter number 1. It was Taylor Delenti with 6, pacing all scorers. Abby Roberts opened the game with a 3, the only player with more than 2 for GCA. Upperman is into the 2-3 zone. The Evil Knievel straitjacket zone. And they send it in Gonzalez. Now a nice outlet pass to Hill. Triggers the 3. No good. Rebound down. Gracie Butler able to maintain.
It's a really good rebound as well. Defender on her back, defender in front of her, and able to rip it away.
Now she sends to Cora Bass. Puts the dribble down. Maggie Butler's open. Gives off to her twin Gracie. Now South with it. 6:19 to play in half number 1. Ava Mae Allen back to the table for the Lady Bees at the next stoppage. Delenti floats back. New play call in from Coach McWilliams, standing right on top of Dana McWilliams' court sign right there. Now Bass has it poked a couple of times, able to keep possession. Now Butler one-on-one inside. Couldn't get the finish. Maggie Butler comes over the back, though, and will commit the foul. She got the board but did connect with Gonzalez. So that'll be the first foul of the game called on the Lady Bees. There's only 3 fouls called in total in that first half, or first quarter rather. And a timeout called here by Dana McWilliams. 30 seconds, so we'll keep it here. 5:51 to go in the second. New defensive look. Coach McWilliams wants to get on the whiteboard.
Yeah, and obviously it slowed down the offense a little bit, but they're content with playing against that 2-3 zone. They face it every single day in practice, and so they're just trying to figure out how they want to attack this 2-3 zone that Grace Christian is now employed. And you can start to see a little bit of gamesmanship as well. Those are two good coaches on the other side. They actually have co-head coaches in Dominic and Angela Wright. Both of them played at the Division I level, at very high Division I level at Kentucky and Marquette, respectively. So they know what they're doing on that side, as well as Coach McWilliams, who's been doing it for 30-plus years.
Coach Dana McWilliams at Tennessee Tech in her playing days. 17-7. We are right where we were after a scoreless couple of minutes. As you would expect, when the Lady Bees are in action, not a lot of points going on, at least one way. They did have 59, which by their standards is like a 100-point game with how well they play defense and the emphasis on that side of the basketball. Now quickly driving in is Roberts, slows up, Hezzy in the midair, no good. Rebound to South. Now she finds Gracie Butler, turns up the Jets into the half court. A little acceleration towards the baseline now. Spins it inside to Allen. Allen, nice feed to Delenti. Triggers the three, no good. Long rebound. South can't run it down, and it'll go to Grace Christian. That was a nice little play inside out to get Delenti to an open shot. Just didn't fall that time.
That's the shooter you want. The baseball teams here, they have their jerseys on.
It is tonight. Night of Champions here. So everybody who's won a championship.
Which is almost every team here.
Driving in, and the foul will be called. Burns going to get her chance at her first points. She's going to go to the line to shoot two. This one will go on Ava Mae Allen, her first, team's second. So that's baseball, football,
boys
golf,
basketball, golf.
There's a lot of
softball.
Trophies and plaques. Yes, indeed. As the first free throw is no good for Burns, who will be happy when the gym flips and maybe gets to shoot on the other side. This one has not been favorable to her.
Well, a lot of it, too, has just been the defensive pressure.
Yeah.
They started out in the man-to-man. Ava Mae Allen out there. Now she's on top of that zone, so still on her kind of personally. And just made it very difficult all night long, but able to make the second free throw.
Stick around. During the Happy Heller halftime show, we'll be joined by Bobby McWilliams. The Bees undefeated early on in their campaign. South sends it over to Maggie Butler. Tic-tac-toe, 2 points.
That's a heck of a pass from Sadie South. A good catch as well from Maggie Butler on the run and able to finish.
You can just tell the confidence with which Nia Burns carries the basketball up the floor that time, surveying her options. But right now there's not a ton of options for her. As Roberts resets, now we'll send it back to Burns. We're under the 5-minute mark here in quarter number 2. Burns crosses over Allen. Now nice defense for Ava Mae Allen, and now it's stolen away. Delenti on the ground, still loose, fighting for it, still loose. It's going everywhere. Now Gonzalez has it, spins, throws it up, nothing doing, and Maggie Butler able to wrestle it away. A lot of contact, we play on. Ahead to Delenti. Stutter step, back to Maggie Butler. Delenti wants it, now she has it. Fires in, Gracie Butler rather, with room to operate. Now back out to Allen. South open in the corner. Puts the dribble down. Back to Allen. Now Delenti going to reset the offense. 4:17 to go in quarter number 2. Lady Bees lead is 11. South wide open. No good. Got away with it. That one goes out of play, and it will go to Grace Christian. Upperman had a couple of open threes in this quarter. Haven't fallen, but the defense has not buckled yet.
I think a little bit of that to do with the Grace Christian defense switching it up as well.
Ella Harrell checking in. Sadie South going to get a breather. This is the big lineup for Coach McWilliams. Both Butler twins in there. Delenti with the length, and then Harrell inside. Burns looking at this full court pressure. Trying to cross over. Now we'll bounce it ahead. Dangerous pass, and it's going the other way. Press works and delivers a turnover for the Lady Bees.
Yeah, and although the offense hadn't been able to get going here in the second quarter, obviously the defense has been really, really good. At some point I'll get this scoreboard right. It still had the first quarter on there. We've got the timer going, though. Obviously not going right now because I'm changing the quarter. You know.
As now Butler has it. Last week at Knox Webb, I was nailing it. I'm just saying, I made 0 mistakes the entire This is Gracie Butler. Fires it over to Harrell. Bumped in the back. We play on. Harrell goes into the corner to possess. Fires a fastball into Gracie Butler. Double team arrives. Steps through. Harrell now reverses out to Allen. Flip pass in. Harrell got free, but no good. Too strong. Long rebound tipped out. It's still loose. And now GCA comes away. There's Burns with speed into the half court. Harrell chases Burns off the glass. No. Roberts got the rebound. Put back. No, and the foul. Chaotic sequence there. Taylor Delenti going to pick up her first, team's third. And with 3:17 to go in the second, a trip back to the line to shoot two. This time it'll come from Abby Roberts.
And for Grace Christian, you haven't been able to get the offense going, so now you're trying to attack the basket with maybe a little bit of a size advantage that you have. Been able to get to the line, just haven't been able to convert a ton of free throws.
First one, good. Back to a 10-point game.
That was something that Upperman really struggled with against Oakland, was from the free throw line on Thursday night. Didn't matter in the grand scheme of things of the game, but for Grace Christian, they're trying to get themselves back into the game at the free throw line.
2 for 2 at the line for Roberts there. 3 points in the quarter for GCA. They've all come at the charity stripe. Upperman only with a 2 so far from Maggie Butler here in this frame. Allen sends over to Gracie Butler. Now back to Allen. Coach Wright barking out orders. Pass ahead to Harrell. Now sends to Gracie Butler. Butler around the world. Drives inside. The foul is called. And everybody's crashing in. And it's going to be 2 free throws for Gracie Butler. And this one will go on Nicole Rico. Her first, team's first. And Gracie Butler's getting a little bit frustrated.
Ella Harrell just kind of pulled her aside and said, hey, we're all good. Up by 10, or up by 9, playing good defense.
And Butler's going to wear her emotions on her sleeve out there. You're not going to have to wonder how she's feeling.
Part of the player that she is.
Exactly right.
Makes her good.
Trip to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. The first one for Butler is good, and that's really good leadership by Ella Harrell to go over and just have a word and calm it down. She's been getting fouled a lot tonight. This is another trip. She has 5 points, all of which have come at the charity stripe. Next one for the junior is away. No good. Rebound down. Back to a double-digit lead for the Lady Bees. Roberts surveys the floor. Score update on the EJ's Barnes scoreboard. White County with a 21-10 lead after one against Smith County tonight, as we have a carry violation. I picked up on it there in quarter number 1, and the clock is still running. It goes down a couple extra seconds, and they're just going to let it go. But she was carrying it pretty good there in that first quarter. Gets called for her first violation that time. And Bash dribbled it right off her foot, and that'll give possession back to GCA. A little bit frustrated there. It just happens sometimes, right off the toe.
Had a really, really clean first quarter, did the Lady Bees, and hadn't been quite that here in this second frame.
One thing they've been looking for here in these past couple of games was a faster start. They kept finding themselves in a little bit of early holes, as this time Rico drives, throws off the glass. No. Nice job by Delenti to come and volleyball spike the rebound down to herself. They had that faster start, but now a slower second quarter. Butler, nice hezzy, drives in. Gracie Butler, that is a silky smooth finish.
Really big finish there for Gracie Butler. Has been getting a lot of contact here in the first half. That time she's able to get around the defense and get the finish.
Under 2 to play in quarter number 2, and Upperman has its largest lead, up 22-10.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We're talking about how maybe they haven't been playing their best basketball.
Roberts got open for 3, and she buried it. Her second triple. That was a really nice set play by GCA against the zone to get the open look, and she made no mistake. Now Bass, and there's the foul. 2 hands right on her. And another score update on the EJ's Barnes scoreboard. White County leads Smith County 41-18. Would be a nice win for the Warriorettes, as they appear destined to get to that point.
It's going to be a really good win for White County if it holds. Especially the way that Smith County's been playing here lately. Win against Pickett County, win against Stowe Memorial.
Top 2 teams in the UC Top 5. Lady Bees, Warriorettes. They also happen to play in the same district.
And also have a very good chance of both making the state tournament.
They sure do, as Bass has it. Now Butler flipping in for Harrell. Nice speed. Harrell outlet back to South. Over to Bass. Now Butler. 119. Butler again starts to drive. Now we'll reverse back. Outlet feed finds South. And now we have a whistle and a bench warning against Grace Christian. And best official we got in our area is not happy with something that Coach Wright said, and he has had enough. So he doesn't tee her up, but the next time she will have to take a seat.
And there are co-head coaches down there as well, but Angela Wright is the one who stands up and
yeah, if one of them gets teed
the
up,
head
they
coach.
can't. The other one can't stand up at that point. And he's going to let you talk some. But, something was said. All right, we're going to put a stop to that. Left side.
It's a veteran official and one of the best that we have here in the Upper Cumberlands.
Gracie Butler now going to drive in. Nice feed to Taylor DeLinty for three. No good. Rebound down, and that's the difference first quarter, second quarter. The open threes haven't fallen here in quarter number 2 for the Lady Bees. Now into the half court, Roberts got open again for three. No. Rebound down. Maggie Butler, and a foul. This one's going to go on GCA. There was a tie-up in there. It'll be their third team foul against them. And that goes on Rico. She's come off the bench and rattled off 3 fouls. So now we'll be forced out.
And now with 50 seconds, 49.8. I can't put 49.8 on the clock, sorry. They're going to try to run this all the way down and take that final shot, try to build the lead and get it back to their biggest lead here in the first half at halftime.
Pretty stalemated second quarter here as Allen crosses over. Now gives to Maggie Butler. Maggie picks up the dribble back to Gracie. 37 seconds. Now Taylor DeLinty back to Gracie. Allen with it. Allen to DeLinty. Now Maggie steps through a little bit of trouble. Picks up. Now she's in some trouble. Tie up. She's able to find Allen. 20 seconds left for Ava May. Allen, nice crossover. Finds Butler. Butler starts to drive. Now back. DeLinty has it. 10 seconds. See what they can draw up. Now Allen, 7 seconds. Maggie Butler with it. 4 seconds. Butler. Not a lot of room to operate. DeLinty got free, but it's a long one. No good off front iron. And that brings us to the end of quarter number 2. After 2, it's Upperman 22, Grace Christian 13. We'll be joined by Bobby McWilliams when we come back in the Happy Hiller halftime show. This is Upperman basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home on Links Drive in Cookeville. With 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms at a prime location, this could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Goff Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the $290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. Visit happyhiller.com to see how our friends at Hiller can help solve your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical problems today. It's happyhiller.com. At the break, Lady Bees with a 22-13 lead over GCA. The boys will be in action next. One of the first, I think this is the first true doubleheader we've had in this building with these two teams. So that's getting into the rhythm of things a little bit here. We're joined by Upperman boys head coach Bobby McWilliams. Coach, congratulations on your team's start to the season. You're 4-0, maybe the fewest amount of games a team has played to this point. So you're still fairly new with this group, but overall through 4 games, how are you feeling about the state of this team?
You know, I hate to say we're a little bit further ahead than I expected, but there's a lot of things we obviously don't do like we need to be doing right now. Just it's so young, and our practice time has been so little. But you know, as a group, I'm really pleased with what we're doing. Our effort's been really good. We're still trying to get into some type of game shape. I don't know what that's going to look like as we move forward. Hopefully, it gets a little better, but. Just trying to, plug some pieces in. I really like our team. I think we've got, we'll end up with some pretty good balanced scoring as we move through, and then we got several guys that can do a lot of things. So we're excited about what potential we have. It's just a matter if we can get them get it where it needs to be.
We've talked a lot about the depth that you guys have this year, and we've seen you roll through guys. When you're going through how you want to kind of rotate through, is this a set thing? Is it a feel of the game depending on who's playing well, the matchups? What's kind of the mentality here with the amount of guys that you have when you can roll 9 or 10 out there on any given night?
Yeah, no, it's not predetermined at all, but a lot of it depends on the flow of the game and the feel of what you have, but we're trying to get guys some minutes to give them an opportunity early in the year because we know our depth makes a big difference for us as the season progresses. But we'll eventually kind of get settled in. I think as we move through. But these guys that are coming in off the bench have been really important over the last 2 or 3 years of our success, and I feel like that this year. We're going to be as deep or maybe even a little bit deeper than we have been. But it's just a matter of, kind of getting some minutes under our belt, getting a little bit more practice time. And, this is going to be our 3rd game in 4 days. And then, tomorrow night we play again. So, it's just hard. And, people don't realize you can't practice really hard like you'd like to leading up to this 4-game stretch. There has to be some rest time in there. And so that's backed us off of practices just a little bit, but it's been good for us to kind of get settled in and at least get some reps in game time, and hopefully we'll continue to grow and get better as the season goes on. That's it's kind of our mantra of what we try to do here. So trying to get it ready for the stretch tournament time.
Yeah, absolutely. Ty's given you essentially 30 a night so far this season. He was sensational last year and got all the hype and deserved it. He's clearly taken a step forward. For you as coaches, what has kind of been the areas where you guys maybe have noticed the biggest improvement for him versus 4 games into his freshman season, now 4 games into his sophomore season?
I think last year, when we went back and watched a little film when the season was completely over, he and I and the coaches had a little sit down. One area he really had to work on and improve on was his body. And he's done that. He's put on several pounds, and put it on the right places. His upper body strength is starting to catch up with the rest of his game, and that's really helped him as well. So he'll continue doing that for as long as he's here with me. He's going to really we're going to push him to do that. But I just think his overall game is, just a whole year older. He's just a better player. He gets a lot of reps in the summer and in the spring as well, playing AAU and whatnot. But I think physically has been the biggest thing that I notice that he's been able to really improve on. That's probably helped him to this point as much as anything since he's been here.
Absolutely. Last one for you quickly here. Mention we're going to Tampa with you guys for those games down there in the Tampa Bay Invitational. Most important, because I'm going to go see our friends at Tee Up tomorrow, how good is your golf game right now, and how many rounds on these simulators do I need to play the next week to not embarrass myself?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. I've had a hard time keeping up with some of the other guys in the group as far as amount of reps they get in. Once season gets going, it's really slowed down a lot for me.
You're lucky, because I was playing so good in the summer, and then football hits for me, and it's completely over from then.
Yeah.
You guys got 2 months on me.
Yeah, sure. About late July and August and early September is probably when I'm at my best. But I've still been able to play a little bit. I haven't played in a couple of weeks. I'm going to go and probably hit some balls this week. I can't go out there and just totally get walloped out there. But hopefully it'll be good. Just as long as I beat you, I'm good.
I think that's a pretty safe bet, Coach. Appreciate it. Good luck later on tonight.
Thank you.
All Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. All Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. All Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. 22-13 the score. Again, that was the Happy Hiller halftime show. Thanks to Bobby McWilliams for joining us. See how Upperman can handle this second half. Nia Burns got free for three, and it's an air ball. Rebound down to Sadie South. It was all Lady Bees in quarter number one, then a stalemate in quarter number two. And the end result is a lead. South in the corner, back out to Ava Allen. Now left side to Lenti. Allen surveys the floor, puts a couple of dribbles down, gives back to Gracie. Noah McKay, joined by Jacob Vincent. Happy to be with you here this evening from the Hive in Baxter. And now Delenti has it. Left side, Butler. Gracie Butler gets a screen from Maggie, and it's a moving screen. She definitely put her hip out there. And so that will be the personal on Maggie, her second, and possession back to GCA.
And for Upperman here in this second half, they're trying to find their stride again offensively, especially whenever Grace Christian kind of went into that 2-3 zone defense, slowed them down a little bit, and they weren't hitting the shots that they were in that first quarter. But obviously defensively, they've still been really good.
And now a collision, no call, and it leads to a wide open two for Nia Burns. Looked about the same as what we saw on the other side. They let it go there, and it's a 7-point game again. Now Delenti off a screen, picks up. And now we have a timeout call by Dana McWilliams, who's not happy, and she sends Ella Harrell to the table. 30-second timeout. Upperman back in action, a doubleheader tomorrow, where they will take on Franklin County, a 6 o'clock tip-off. There's the Mary Swishmas game here. And then on Saturday, 3 Upper Cumberland games. Stowe Memorial boys take on Loretto, followed up by Upperman girls against Maryville in a rematch. And then the Upperman boys against Tennessee Heat. The Tennessee Heat team coming off a win against Cookeville last week. And that is always a good program with the Tennessee Heat. So we'll have all the action for you for all of those games. Also tomorrow night, Pickett County welcomes in or travels to Stowe Memorial, and Cookeville travels to Farragut. We will have all that action across the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Gracie Butler off the dribble. Gets free, drives in, throws up the shot, no good, but is fouled again, and a trip back to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot two, and that's been the best offense outside of some early threes. It's Gracie Butler driving to the lane.
Yeah, because they've been getting the open looks in the half court, at least with their three-point shots, just haven't been able to knock them down. So Gracie Butler says, you know what, if we can't get the offense going, I'm going to go create some offense. and she's been really good at creating that contact inside. Grace Christian hadn't been able to cut her off, so she can't get the head of steam going to the basket.
It's been a little up and down at the line for her tonight. The first one, though, is good. NIU champions here in Baxter. It's a long list.
Yeah.
They win a lot here, a lot of different sports.
They had the basketball team out there, the football team, the boys basketball team, baseball team.
And they got a chance with these two teams we're covering tonight to add some more hardware this year. No question about it. 2 for 2 for Gracie Butler. Now full court press time. Burns tries to split it. She will then lose its handle, and it goes to Gracie Butler with a steal. Butler is fouled. Burns went up under her, and now that'll be the first personal on Burns, second team foul against GCA. And that takes away what would have been easy, too, because Gracie Butler was going in uncontested. Allen to inbound from the baseline here for Upperman. Into the corner for Delenti. Catch and shoot three. No. Rebound, though. Ava Mae Allen comes away. Bounces back to Sadie South. Now Butler. Delenti wants it. Has it. Triggers it. No good. Rebound tipped out of play. And it will go to Grace Christian. 6:16 to go in quarter number 3. 9-point Lady B lead. Pretty much been around that point throughout. They stretched it to 12, and it was down to 7. Now Allen going stride for stride with Roberts. Picked up her dribble, got away with one. Gives back to Burns. Burns in the half court looking at a 2-3 zone of the Lady Bees. Bounce it to the interior. Duvall now back to Burns. Burns works off a screen left side. Now starts to drive right, and there's a hand check as Allen got her 2 hands out. Be her second personal, team second. And that's when you're okay with. You know you got to be a little bit physical with a player like Burns.
Got a big post coming out in about 10 minutes as well.
We do. The cinematic highlight reel from Macon County winning the state championship game in Class 4A on Saturday.
Longest highlight reel of the season.
And Goose says it's the best thing he's ever done. And that
Which
says
is
something.
Very exciting.
And he does not brag at all about the work he does. So I'm excited. That's not bragging. It's just an assessment. I'm looking forward to seeing
just how
it.
he feels.
Now a missed shot leads to an open Sadie South 3. No good. Upperman as Harrell uses her frame to tip it. That's not over the back. She has a right to that airspace. And now they extend the possession.
Yeah, there's not technically an over-the-back call. You have to create contact where you displace somebody.
And now Hill,
like that,
creates the contact with Allen. Third team foul. We've already had more fouls called here than we did in the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, they were letting it go a little bit there in that first half.
And it was getting pretty physical, so they're trying to lock it back down a little bit here. Harrell from the free throw line going to give to Gracie Butler. Butler goes around the world, drives inside again. Gracie Butler, good for 2 more.
Yeah, this is starting to turn into the Gracie Butler game offensively. Nobody else has really been able to get it going, especially from outside. So Gracie Butler's been able to take over.
It's the Gracie Butler 11, Grace Christian 15 right now. It is an 11-point Lady Bees lead. Burns has it, and that straitjacket is on right now for a GCA offense that just cannot find it. Now a little inside out. They got an open 3 with that earlier, and now Allen commits the foul, and she'll have to be careful now. Just picked up her 3rd. It was a good job by Roberts to force her into a foul.
And so Cora Bass will come back on. You also have Cassie Crouch there on the bench if you need her. She played just a little bit in the second half against Oakland, just a few minutes in that game. So if you really get into foul trouble, you do have another guard you can go to.
4:44 to go here in quarter number 3. It's an 11-point Lady B lead. They've led by as many as 12. Trailed 3-0 since then. Upperman has control. Now Gonzalez flips it back out. Now errant pass, foot race. Cora Bass wins it. Now into the half court goes Bass. Well defended by Roberts. Now finds Delenti driving inside. Left-handed lane, no. But Gracie Butler goes in and says, give me that. Bass over to South. Back to Bass. What a effort play by Gracie Butler. Now Bass, little hezzy, now spins and a foul. Burns picks up her second personal. Cora Bass so good at that. She'll flip that pass over and over again, then all of a sudden she keeps it and goes around. That's the 4th team foul. So Lady Bees can shoot a bunch of free throws here in this quarter if it continues this way. Bass into Harrell, back out to Delenti. Now Bass in the corner, puts the dribble down, finds Harrell inside, bobbled, and it's knocked away from her by Burns. so it stays on that end.
Yeah, and that was just kind of caught in a tough spot. She caught it over by her left hip and had to bring it across her body, and that's where it gets knocked out of bounds.
Need you to like the stream if you're watching on YouTube, which I know you are.
You can share it as well.
Yes,
you can share it to Facebook.
You can. And share the post I made with the link. In the corner, Butler, nothing doing. Just can't buy a three right now for one of the best shooting teams in the class. And they send it over left side. Driving in, swiped by Bass, and it went right to Delenti. Another turnover forced by the Lady Bees defense. Delenti into the half court, over to Bass, back to Delenti. Finds Butler, driving inside, tic-tac-toe, 2 more points.
Yeah, they looked really, really connected in the first quarter, and now they're starting to figure that connection out again here in the third, and defensively just kind of in a tough spot right there for Taylor Delenti, who picks up the foul.
Yeah, went up for the ball in airspace and commits her second personal. Now both teams with 4 each. Maggie Butler going to check in. Ella Harrell comes out, and it's timeout time for Coach Wright, and it's a full timeout on the floor. Upperman with its largest lead of the game, up 28-15. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. Gracie Butler starting to take over the ball game. 6 points in the third quarter, gives her 13 in the game. And they've been looking for a Gracie Butler takeover game. There's so many weapons on this team. It's been Taylor Delenti really carrying the load. She only has 6 points. Both of them came on threes in the first. Upperman's gone cold from long range, so now they're getting it inside with 22, Jacob, and they got a 13-point advantage.
This Upperman team is really, really, really hard to beat. And obviously only one team has been able to do it so far this year. And it's because Taylor Delenti can go off for 25 points. Sadie South can go off for 25 points. Gracie Butler can go off for 25 points. If you shut one of them down, the other player can go do it, or the other 2 players can go do it. Tonight, they haven't been able to get Taylor Delenti and Sadie South going from outside, so Gracie Butler is taking over, and then defensively, you just can't score on him. You can't go on a run to get back into the game.
And Gracie Butler ran it the whole way, tipped it, then Burns tipped it, and it'll go the other way. And, yeah, as very many wise coaches and players have said, you can't win if you can't score. 15 points allowed so far as Cora Bass works off the pressure from Burns, and it'll establish half-court possession.
This is not an abnormal score whatsoever for this Lady Bees team against a good offense in Grace Christian.
And now Bass from the outside works free, gets inside, and good for 2. That is nice by the senior point guard.
And we've seen it from Cora Bass. She's been used to coming off the bench in her career, has come off the bench the last 2 games and played really well, especially with Ava Mae Allen getting the start. So now those two kind of complementing each other out on the floor.
You know, talking about the defense as GCA goes to work, it's part of what makes this district so interesting. With those top 2 teams in the top 5, Sparta is explosive as any team in the classification. Upperman as defensively sound as any team in the classification, which means you could have a wide range of outcomes this year. We've seen it the past couple of years between those two. Sparta's won the first meeting by 30+, and then the second one's closer in the playoffs. Upperman's been the one that gets the wins. It's going to be some wars in those games this year as South has it in the half court. Triggers the 3, got it. Sadie South back to life with another Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
And that's where Gracie Butler is so important, because she can keep your offense afloat, and then when Taylor Delenti and Sadie South start to knock down buckets, you lead by the point total that you do now.
Man, they need that one on the other side. Can't get it. 3's no good. Rebounded by Delenti. 2 points in a quarter for Grace Christian Academy. Now South in the corner. Back to Delenti. South again. You take it. No, you take it. Now Butler with it.
It's like semi-pro.
Now it's swiped out of the hands of Maggie Butler. It'll stay on this end. Don't forget, boys game upcoming next. Ty Cobb and company. He is a walking bucket right now.
Tell you what, Ty Cobb and Bryant Haggard the other night.
Oh, what
that
a battle.
Was fun. That was a heck of a basketball
2 sophomores.
Game. Yeah.
I mean, goodness.
They should play each other the next 2 years, too.
Bass going to inbound. Looking, running out of time. Now we'll get it to Delenti. Back to Bass in the corner. Finds Delenti. They left her open. Instead gives to Butler. Drives in. Little runner. Got it. Now the offense is here. Gracie Butler with 2 more, and it's a 20-point Lady B advantage.
And you cannot go down by 20 points to this Upperman team. I mean, you're just not going to come back from it. It doesn't matter how explosive your offense is. The way they play defense, it is almost impossible to come back from a 20-point deficit against Upperman.
Yeah, 20 is like 30 or 40 against most teams. There's a good 3.
That'll
Sent
help.
in by Rico. Yeah, they need a lot of that. They got a problem right now named Gracie Butler, who has the basketball again. Picks up now, tie up and a foul, and she's going to go shoot 2, as this will send them into the bonus. Hayden Hill commits her 3rd, team's 5th, and a trip to the Sonia Brown American Way Real Estate free throw line for Gracie Butler. Took a little bit of a shot maybe in the eye, trying to blink it out.
Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot that's going to get her to come out of a ball game, that's for sure. One of the more physical players in the area, and definitely one of the toughest.
Butler sets up at the stripe. First one. Good. How about this quarter for Gracie Butler? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 points in the frame so far. 4, trying to make it 10 with this next free throw as Harrell checks back in for Maggie Butler. Second one rattles out, no good. Rebound down, and GCA looking for buckets here with a minute to go in the 3rd, trailing by 18 on the road in Baxter.
Yeah, it's weird to say, but they need a little bit of urgency. I know there's still 50 seconds to go in the 3rd.
Burns triggers the 3, looking for something, can't get it. Now Butler eyes up. Cora Bass ran the floor, and it's just out of her reach. Could have been 2 instead. It's a turnover, and it goes back the other way. And by the way, talking about White County and Upperman, those middle school teams played each other tonight. That girls' Upperman middle school team with the loaded 6th graders, they won by 30 again tonight. It is, if you're going to get them, you better get them now, which is crazy to think because they're up 18 right now on their home floor with 36 seconds to go in the 3rd.
It's the reason they're so good. When you've got feeder programs that are just as good.
And by the way, all those are Upperman kids. So,
right.
You know, when they get here and Coach T starts going crazy. As that one's tipped by Gracie Butler. Now in a foot race. Butler, good for 2 more. The steal, the score, the 20-point advantage again. Ahead, here comes Hill. Hill drives into Harrell, and a foul is called on the floor, but it will be 2 free throws for Hayden Hill as they're into the bonus. Harrell picks up her 1st, team's 5th. 2 free throws upcoming, then 13.2 seconds to go.
You said it too. Upperman this week has some good challenges. They get, obviously, Grace tonight, Franklin County tomorrow, and then they get Maryville again on Saturday. It's a game that they have already won. It's tough to beat a team twice, especially a non-district team.
As the first free throw is good. And then out there in Tampa, 5 divisions, they're in the top division. So no scouting been done yet, but they think that they're going to actually get some good games, and then they know they'll get some good games at that tournament in Greenville, which they treat like the state tournament when they go out there because they expect to be in the state tournament, and they treat it as the warm-up for that. 2 for 2 at the line for Hill, and then it gets so much easier when you jump into district play. Not. You get the Livingstons and Spartas of the world as Butler puts it behind the back. 5 seconds for Gracie Butler. Bounces to Maggie. They're running out of time. Maggie with 2. Got to go somewhere. Delenti did not get it off in time, and that brings us to the end of the 3rd. Upperman extends the lead. It's 38-20. This is Upperman basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective Auction Group offers expertise in a variety of services, including real estate, personal property, equipment, and nonprofit benefit auctions. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their upcoming auctions at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group is proud to support student-athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
1 quarter to go here in game 1 of our doubleheader. It's the girls' game, and it's the Lady Bees with a 38-20 lead, trying to get to 7-1 on the young campaign. They'll play a back-to-back tomorrow night against Franklin County. But a strong third, got back to doing what made them successful in the first, and they've doubled up their advantage now from 9 points to 18. Maggie Butler gives to Taylor Delente in the half court. Delente picks up, now back to Gracie. Gracie Butler, 11 points in that third quarter, 18 in the game. She's the only scorer for either team in double figures. Allen gives to Butler. Now Butler picks up her dribble, little tie up, still has it. Gets it to Delente. Tick, 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 tick.
Just going to say, you're probably going to see Upperman just really try to take care of the basketball well here, and then if they get an opening down low, they'll take that.
Delente back to South. How about that one? 4-3, no good. Rebound tipped around. GCA comes away.
That's as good as an opening down low.
They're not stalling, but they're not looking.
Right.
They're looking for a good shot, not a quick shot. Now off the dribble, Roberts triggers the three. Nothing doing. Rebound tipped down. There's been 3 air balls tonight for GCA. They've been really good on offense this season, but they've had nothing for this man-to-man and 2-3 zone. Butler gives it to Ava Mae Allen. Roberts right there in her grill.
Obviously, Creekwood found that out on Saturday.
Now Butler starts to drive inside. Gracie Butler fouled again, and it's 2 more free throws for 22. As this one goes on Abby Roberts. That's her first, team's first, and a trip back to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Answer a question in the comments. Yes, we will be streaming some Sparta games this year. Really, after Christmas, it gets a little bit easier for us to. It takes a lot of people to do a bunch of games.
Personnel-wise.
And they've been working hard in football, and the first free throw is no good. Butler could have 30 tonight. Struggling a little bit at the line. Other than that, been really, really good.
Now we can fully focus on basketball.
That helps.
Congratulations to the Macon County Tigers.
Butler's free throw is good. 19 tonight for her. It's a 19-point Lady Bees lead. Difference in the game. Gracie Butler. Or she's only 1 point behind GCA herself, if you want to do that.
Either way you want to look at it.
Now left side. Rico finds Roberts. Now driving in. Shot thrown up wildly. Good defense. Now a nice rebound and a foul will be going Maggie Butler, her third, as Gonzalez fought for it. Make that Duval. And tonight, the very explosive Nia Burns, just 3 points. Lady Bees pulling the Belichick. Take your best player away and see if they can beat you somewhere else.
Grace had a player come off a little bit injured.
Yeah, Duval after that scramble for it. She's holding her lower back. Hopefully she's okay. 3 up and good. Roberts, that's her third triple of the game. Back to a 16-point gap.
Trying to keep him in it.
Absolutely. Allen in the front court. Nice crossover. Left-hand dribble. Finds Delente. Triggers the 3 while drifting away, and she got it. Taylor Delente with her third Sonia Brown American Way Real Estate 3 of the game.
That's also why it's almost impossible to come back on him.
Burns fires a pounce pass that bounces right off the hands of Pankratz and out of play. Harrell going to check in. Maggie Butler gets a breather. Those two kind of rotating with each other. 19-point Upperman lead as the Bees have kind of inched out of their locker room. At least some of them have. Getting ready to play in the next game. We'll have an intermission after the American Farmhouse and Legacy House postgame show. Pass ahead. Harrell picks up her dribble. Now gives back to Delente. Over to Butler. Tick, 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 tick. Left side, Ava Mae Allen. Clock, the best friend of the Lady Bees right now. Butler to Delente. A 3-man weave. Now they reset. Allen with a crossover. Now left side, Butler flips it over the top to Harrell. They love that play. Too far underneath the basket and a foul. Ella Harrell going to go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. This one goes on Charlie Pankratz.
Just adds another element to the offense when you've got that size inside. She always gets really good position as well. She's able to use her feet to her advantage and able to make the nice catch as well. Kind of had to tip it to herself and trying to knock down a couple of free throws.
Area she's worked hard on. Can't find it that time.
And has looked a lot better
Yes.
at the free throw line this year as well.
You can tell she's got her routine down.
Yeah.
That's critical. Next one is good. Splits them there. First points tonight for Ella Harrell. And it's a 20-point advantage again for the Lady Bees. Roberts trying to weave through the pressure. Now Burns has it in the half court. She's got Southton Allen looking right at her. Burns tries to split the defense. Nothing doing. Kicks to Rico. Stutter steps. Now Burns. Left side Roberts. Roberts baseline driving a hand check on the floor. Scrum's going to go on Gracie Butler, and that's her first.
It's actually really impressive for Gracie Butler because she's normally a player that is easily into 3-4 fouls at this point in the game, and that's not a knock on her at all. She just plays so aggressively. She's done a really nice job defensively here in this game and been able to keep her composure a lot. And obviously it's turned out well offensively, turned out well defensively.
Here in the half court, GCA trying to make something happen. Burns spins off. Valenti goes back to her zone. Burns off the screen. Tipped by Butler. She has been so good on defense tonight. Valenti able to keep it in bounds. And now over to Ava Mae Allen. Allen accelerates into the half court. Crosses over. Back to Valenti. Gets a free lane. Drives. Throws it up. No. Roberts came over help side and forced the miss. Now she has it, carrying it ahead into the half court. Roberts with a drive inside. Nice Euro step through and finishes for two.
They've had some good flashes at times, just haven't been able to go on that run to really get back into it.
Valenti will wisely slow it down a little bit. Now she's in some trouble. Got to find somewhere to go, and we have a timeout called by Upperman with 4:08 to go in the ball game. Full timeout, so we'll take it with them in an 18-point gap. Coverage is presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
4:08 to go in the ball game. Upperman's lead is 18. They trail 3-0. Since then, wire to wire. Maggie Butler works off a defender. Now sets up. I'm Noah McKay. He's Jacob Benson. Happy to be with you. Stick around during the Legacy House and American Farmhouse post-game show. We'll go through the scoring and have the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. We know who it's going to be. You know who it's going to be, but we'll still tell you who it's going to be here in just a few moments. Taylor Delente with another deep three. No good. 3:44 to go. It could be a much more lopsided game if they made their free throws in these open threes.
Noah, another reason we're on YouTube tonight. You know, see how clear it looks there on the phone down in front of you? A lot higher resolution possible on YouTube,
and that Macon County highlight reel that's out now is in 4K.
Oh, yeah.
On YouTube. Please like the stream. Please comment on the stream. Please subscribe to our channel. Please, 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 please,
and tell everyone you know to
please
subscribe to the channel. And then turn the notifications on so you know when we go live.
Burns with a deep three. Nothing doing. Rebound down. Bodies tumbling inside as Butler went to war with Pankratz and won it. Possession goes back to Upperman.
Yeah, the officials were looking right at it, so no foul play, they decide.
Also, you can put it on your TV easier with the app.
Yep.
As Butler tiptoes down the sideline and a foul. Third team foul against GCA. This one's going to go on Abby Roberts. That's her second. Welcome to Baxter. You score 25 points in the first 30 minutes of the game.
And you got to grind to get those 25 points.
Delente has it. Sends over to Allen. Allen drives and flips to Sadie South. And on a night where Taylor Delente right now has 9 points and Sadie South has 6. Upperman's up by 18. You like that if you're a Lady B fan.
Yeah, that's scary.
And now we have a foul. This one's going to go on GCA as they tried to tie up the basketball. Gotta like the effort, but this one's going to go on Burns, her third. Team's fourth. Next one sends Upperman to the line. Inbound flip to Delenti. Kaz goes to work, puts the dribble down with the left hand. Now slices through, it's stolen and a foul. And it's going to be on Burns. It'll be her fourth, and Taylor Delenti goes to the line to shoot 2. It was a reach-in. I'm not sure what the argument was.
The argument is they're down by 18 and frustrated.
You can't reach across the body and connect with the body and trip her up without getting a foul call. Delenti at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Thank you, Nicole, for the comment. And Delenti gets the friendly roll of the home gym. She's up to 10 tonight. Final score on the EJ's Barn scoreboard. White County 69, Smith County 52. Very nice win for the Warriorettes this evening in Roy Sewell Gymnasium. Delenti, 2 for 2.
Good battle back by Smith County as well.
Yep.
Very easily could have kept building that lead.
Ava Mae Allen gets the steal. Now back to Gracie Butler. Here comes the freight train. Now slows it down. Had to make a quick stop off. The train has to, a couple of deboarding spots for Gracie Butler. Now Allen drives inside. Ava Mae Allen gets fouled. Roberts will pick up her third, and Ava Mae Allen to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2.
It's got to be so frustrating to play against Upperman. I mean, it
can't
just
be a
has
fun
to be
experience.
so frustrating. Because obviously, they just got the free throws. You try to get the ball in, you turn it over. I mean, it's just constant. I mean, they're going 4 quarters long. There's never any give up.
And
you've only given up 45 points, and you're down by 20.
Yeah, you've played pretty good defense,
Yeah.
you feel like.
You really.
And it does not matter. It was over in the second quarter. 0 for 2 at the line, and Sadie Styles got the rebound. It's the little things. There's a reason.
Yep.
There's a ton of writing on the banners. As now Butler drives in. Euros puts it off the glass. No, fight for the rebound. And Gonzalez got it. Now Burns with a ton of speed into the half court. Kicks it in the corner, and guess who stole it? Gracie Butler flips it back in. GCA has it now. Burns. Burns drives, bumped, out of bounds. They'll say it was tipped. It'll stay on this end, but you look up, and these are all basketball banners. In a lot of gyms they have all the sports that aren't. This is all basketball banners.
And those are all state tournament banners. Those aren't region, district. Those are all state tournament banners.
Now a drive inside and a foul will be called on Maggie Butler. It'll be her fourth, team's third. The GCA fans are frustrated, but it's a 20-point game.
Yeah,
A minute 44 to go. Upperman is better. Just going to let you know. As Burns flips a little pass over to Rico.
And we may have some Grace fans tuning in.
Hey.
We appreciate you tuning in.
Thanks. Please like the stream. As now the rebound's down. Allen comes away. I'm just calling it like I see it.
Yep. This is the Upper Cumberland reporter, though. So.
As Butler drives in, now finds to Maggie, a block and a foul. Roberts commits her fourth, and Maggie Butler to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line.
As we said on Saturday for Macon County, we cover Upperman.
I said that really clearly without Macon County Melrose.
They still didn't
and
quite
Melrose,
understand
I just want to let you
but
know, I don't want you to win. Congrats on a great season. This I care less about than the state championship game.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this ain't two of our schools. This Butler's first free throw is good. And listen, this is not a bad GCA team at all.
No.
They are 6-3 in Division II. They have some nice wins. They don't have a bad loss.
No.
And Upperman has handled business emphatically here this evening. And this will be back-to-back games for a team, Jacob, that the running joke is Butler goes 2 for 2. A 12-point win is a blowout. Well, this is going to be back-to-back blowouts for the Lady Bees, which is a very welcome sign as they're starting to put separation between themselves. Creekwood, a team that could be in the state tournament, over on their side of the bracket. And they went in there and housed them.
And that is a long road trip.
It is. And they
Very long
And
road
they
trip.
just went out there and smashed them en route to a 28-point win. Now Burns inside. The foul will be called on Harrell. Pardon me, that's Roberts. Harrell picks up her second, and Abby Roberts will go to shoot 2. But we'll see in these garbage time points if it ends up being less than a 20-point win, but essentially 2 20-plus point wins in a row for Upperman against 2 non-cupcakes. They blew out Shelbyville, who is not to the level that GCA and Creekwood is, but they left no doubt. They skunked them in a quarter. His next free throw is good. And the number 1 team in the UC top 5, which is a tough spot to get to, shows you again why they're in that spot. Day is done. Gracie Butler, Taylor Delente, and Sadie South.
They will not be changing from that spot.
Nope.
We'll have our show Wednesday.
We will. Basketball show.
Basketball, just basketball. We may talk a little bit about the Macon County win.
But it is going to be basketball.
But from now on, it is fully basketball.
Cora Bass into the half court. Still the trap being deployed by GCA. We got a whistle and a timeout called by Dana McWilliams.
Did we?
I don't know if she knew she called a timeout, but they do grant the full timeout. We'll take it with him and come back for the finish with 1:01 to go in a 20-point game.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Upperman rolling to their 7th victory of the season, 47-27. It is a doubleheader. The boys' game is following after a brief intermission. 1:01 to play, and it has been Gracie Butler with 19 points. Taylor Delente has poured in 11 of her own, and another stifling defensive effort for an Upperman team that started to go into the bench a little bit. Still familiar names as Auburn Johnson drives baseline and a foul. Johnson's going to go to the Sonia Brown American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. Payne Kratz commits her 3rd, and looks like a mix. Still most of the same players out there for GCA. They only dressed 9 tonight, so they don't have as far to the bench that they can get into.
I was doing the Pickett County Jellicoe game on Friday, and I mean, that's the same thing. They literally only have 8 players on the roster. They've only got 7 playing right now, so when they start blowing teams out, well, they're still going to have 3 starters in there no matter what.
First free throw was good. Second one, no good for Johnson. Now Burns drives in. It's a good opportunity for some of these youngsters to face a player like Nia Burns, a D1 athlete. And a foul will be called. She's going to go to shoot 2. See who they get on this one. And the official's not even sure who he's got on this one.
I think he was trying to make sure he got the
He called it on Cora Bass. That's her
Cora
first.
Bass just kind of threw her hands in the air.
I'm just going to say, if you don't know who did it, what do I know? The first free throw is good for Burns, and maybe her lowest scoring output of the season in the entire season. Just 4 points so far for her. Make it 5 as she goes 2 for 2 at the stripe. Cassie Crouch, the freshman guard, brings it into the half court. Now fires a pass that's tipped. Now there's a tie-up for it. That'll be a jump. And the arrow belongs to the Lady Rams, who are going to make it look closer than it appears with the starter still out there.
Like you said, still a dominant victory and a blowout victory for them. 2 in a row after a really good win against Oakland before that.
Yeah, that is no slouch as
No.
Roberts triggers the 3 and gets it. Abby Roberts from downtown, she's going to have a big stat sheet tonight. Pouring it in the 4th quarter. Down to a 16-point game as Johnson drives coast to coast, steps through, throws it up wildly, no good, 26 seconds. And here comes GCA the other way. Fighting hard till the end. A little drive and kick, stutter step. Now Roberts. Reverse feed, Burns triggers the 3. No good, long rebound. Bass still out there, and she's going to fight for it. And Bass is not coming out until the starters for GCA do, which isn't going to happen. Jump ball, arrow belongs to Upperman. 10.5 seconds, they'll start the chant. As this one's tipped out of play with 8.9. Johnson goes over to get it. They do not have to cross the timeline, but Johnson will. And she'll wiggle through, and a foul is called. Mr. Rollins, you didn't need that one. 2 free throws upcoming here for Auburn Johnson. Johnson back to the stripe. She went 1 for 2 earlier. First one is good.
I was going to say, gets her some more points in the stat sheet.
Next one, no good, in and out, and that will do it. Final score tonight, Upperman 49, Grace Christian 32. The Lady Bees improved to 7-1 on the season. This is the American Farmhouse and Legacy House postgame show. Jacob, convincing victory tonight over a D2 opponent for the Lady Bees.
Yeah, and one that I think we both expected coming into this. I think we expected it to be a solid opponent for Upperman, but the way that they've been playing basketball this year, they're a really good basketball team. I mean, they're the number one team in the UC Top 5, and you don't get that for no reason, especially around here in girls basketball. Grace Christian, a good basketball team. That's a really good win for Upperman. Again, final score 49-32. So another blowout victory for this Upperman team. Really good start in the first quarter. You said it. This team has been looking to get off to better starts in that first quarter. They were able to do so. Second quarter got a little bit slower, but then Gracie Butler just completely took over in the third quarter. She had a great game. She is going to be our Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. But just really an all-around effort for the Lady Bees tonight and played really well.
There's going to be something at center court. We'll see what this is. Wow. With tonight's win, Dana McWilliams reaches her 800th career victory.
Bobby just got 600 last week.
800 career wins for Dana McWilliams.
It's a lot of wins.
All of them right here at Upperman High School in 30 seasons plus 7 games. Congratulations.
I guess there's a reason that her signature is down there on the floor.
And we've got such a storied tradition here of high school girls basketball in the Upper Cumberland. Mount Rushmore,
yeah,
she's on it. Dana McWilliams, victory number 800 tonight. Congratulations to her. The scoring from the game on the EJ's Barn scoreboard is as follows, and all the Lady Bees who are here. Jayla Cobb's here. I see Allie Jones, Bella Mullins, Bella Stiles is here.
Abigail Johnson.
Abigail Johnson's here. The assistant coaches who played here are there as well. It's a pretty cool moment there for Coach McWilliams to get victory number 800 of the year, of her career rather. 800 in a year would be really something.
That would be
800
really something
on the career, not to mention 3 state championships, 3 state runner-up, or 4 state runner-ups as well in her time here. Scoring on the EJ Barnes scoreboard is as follows. For Grace Christian, 18 points for Abby Roberts paced the way for them. For Upperman tonight, 19 for Gracie Butler, 11 for Taylor Delenti, 8 for Maggie Butler, 6 tonight for Sadie South, 2 apiece for Auburn Johnson and Cora Bass, and 1 for Ella Harrell for a team total of 49. As you heard, the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game is Gracie Butler without question. We'll now take a brief intermission. You'll see the intermission graphic on the screen and come back with the boys' game as the Bees look to remain undefeated on the season when they take on Grace Christian. Final score in the girls' game, Upperman 49, Grace Christian 32. We'll be back in just a few minutes here at Upperman High School.
Welcome in, everyone, to the Crouch Team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show. Jacob Vincent joined by Noah McKay. The Upperman Bees, the perfect 4-0 to start the season, taking on Grace Christian, who is 4-2, and another good early season contest for this Upperman Bees program. Of course, they got the win against Creekwood on Saturday as well in blowout fashion, and another good win for the Bees. You go back to that Oakland game on Thursday, their closest game of the year so far. It came down to the very end as Oakland was able to tie it up late in that game. Ty Cobb was able to take over late in that game as well, as he had a heck of a basketball game. Him and Brian Haggard really battled it out on Thursday. They get together a more comfortable win against Creekwood on the road on Saturday, and now back home tonight, tomorrow, and then on Saturday, as Noah mentioned before, they go down to Florida next week, trying to get a good win against a Division II opponent that is going to have some good athletes. They're 4-2 on the year, obviously a good record. Not going to be the best team that they have faced this year, but should be a pretty solid matchup, as Noah is trying to get the names correct for Grace Christian, and we're trying to compare rosters that we have been given here both tonight and then earlier
if you're going to send the roster, how about you do us a favor and send the correct one? I mean, goodness gracious. There's one kid on the team who apparently has been on the team the whole time. This is why we don't do Division II score updates, by the way. We're going through it right now. Just people who do not exist. But for Upperman, it's been about Ty Cobb.
Yeah.
The Ty Cobb show throughout, averaging over 30 points per game so far this season.
He had 27 going into that game against Oakland. Has continued that here in these last couple of games. And, I mean, they had offensively one of the best starts of the season that I have seen for this Upperman team against Oakland in that first quarter, just bouncing all over the place, getting the job done defensively, turning that into offense. Ty Cobb was tremendous. Bronston Chaffin was tremendous, as Grace Christian goes through their starting lineups, and now Noah doesn't get any light to work with to write down their names either. Goose's highlight video cinematic recap of the Macon County State Championship win is live, both on Facebook and on YouTube. But make sure you go over to YouTube and like it on YouTube as well as on Facebook. We're live right here on YouTube. Make sure you like the stream. Leave a comment where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. You can also share it. You can share it to Facebook if you want to. But more importantly, make sure you like the stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can also turn on the notifications so that every time that we go live, you get a notification that we are going live. So that'll help us out. It'll help you guys out to know when we are live as well. We've got 3 basketball games coming up tomorrow. We've got our basketball show on Wednesday. We've got more basketball Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We have content every single day this week. Of course, Goose will be all across the Upper Cumberland, covering a lot of basketball games as well. The Upperman Bees, they go through their intro video up on the video board, just about ready for their starting lineups as well. Grace Christian already having their starting lineups announced. And I think Noah is just about ready for basketball. Maybe.
Yes, I believe so.
I will say that might be a little bit on me. I pulled whatever was on their website. Well, so whatever was on their website was wrong.
It's definitely not correct. Whoever it is, it's definitely.
You said Terrion Thomas earlier. I know that's a name because he played football and he was really, really good.
Well, he plays basketball too for them, and he is very, very good, and he is a problem. And this is a GCA team that is a challenge tonight. They have some real size, so it'll be a tough test for Bronston Chaffin, Colton Johnson, have both been very good coming off the football field. But this will be their biggest challenge so far, size-wise, that they faced team-wise in this GCA Ram squad.
Yeah, and I mentioned this Grace Christian team. You said it, 4-2 on the year. They're coming off of just a 2-point loss to a really good CAK team who is undefeated so far this season. Really have only been blown out by one team. That's Macaulay, 95-56. Other than that, they have wins against South Doyle, McMinn Central, and Concord Christian.
The tee-up starting lineup tonight for the Upperman Bees. It is number 0, Ty Cobb. Number 2, Jack Torrance. Number 4, Evan Huddleston. Number 23, Bronston Chaffin. And number 24, Colton Johnson. The starters tonight for Grace Christian. Number 0, Cameron Mercer. Number 1, John Mathis. Number 5, Terrion Thomas. Number 11, Briggs Patterson. Number 22, Christian Vila. And number 2, Christian Baker. I'm Noah McKay. He's Jacob Vincent. Let's get it on as Bronston Chaffin wins the tip, and Evan Huddleston will bring it across the timeline. One close game so far for Upperman. It was at Oakland against that very talented sophomore that you talked about, Jacob. Other than that, they have cruised, dominated Creekwood, 70-49 as the pass goes inside to Huddleston. good for 2, and it's been the offensive explosiveness for the Bees that have propelled them through these games.
Yeah, their offense has been really, really good. Obviously led by Ty Cobb, but the defense has been pretty good too.
And a steal for Huddleston, and it's 4 early points for Evan Huddleston. And it's 4-0 Upperman here as they're in the full court press. And I'll tell you, the students are here, and there's more students because it's Champions Night. Also, we're getting deeper into the season, and they are rowdy here in the student section in Baxter. Down the half court goes Mathis, who may or may not be Mathis, but that's the name we're going with tonight. Works it over right side, nearly swiped by Torrance. Now there's the trap, and he's out of bounds. Chaffin and Torrance got there, and I'll tell you, this is an Upperman team that is juiced up right now with 7:08 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Champions Night, so there's a lot of teams here, a lot of students that are on those championship teams, and kind of instilling some of that juice out on the floor right now. Obviously, when you get a watch a player like Ty Cobb night in and night out, that obviously helps too.
Huddleston sends it over. Chaffin, pivot, flips back to Ty Cobb. Cobb, mid-range, bunny, jumper, good. That is a super tough shot that he made look so easy as he rains it home.
Yeah, I mean, you called it a bunny. For him, it might be a bunny. For a lot of other people, it's a really hard shot.
Now a little runner up on the other end for GCA. No. Offensive rebound. Colton Johnson with a tie up and slings him down. Possession stays with the Rams. And Colton Johnson's been really good. Bronston Chaffin and him standing side by side in the lane. That is a tall task to go into the lane of the trees. And Upperman, I mentioned that size. It's not a disadvantage for them. They can go in big. They can get small with the guards. They are multiple as the corner three's up and good. GCA needed that one, and they get it from the man we talked about, Thomas.
Yeah, Terrion Thomas was a menace on the football field against York in a game that we called earlier this year. He was the running back, really talented player.
Ty Cobb weaves through, it's blocked, but it went right to Colton Johnson, who lays it in for 2.
Who's to say he didn't actually pass that ball?
Sure, put an assist up. 8-3 the score early on in this one. Now, nearly a steal. They're able to work it into the half court. Nice feed into the quarter for the open 3. No, rebound down. And they're able to possess now a bump, and Thomas able to run it down against Torrance. A deep 3 and good from a mile away. That one rained home for GCA.
It's getting into the Jacob Amonette range that we saw on Friday at Jellicoe.
Cobb with a crossover, explodes inside and can't finish. Thought he got fouled. No call. We play on. Now it's poked by Torrance, and they call a foul there. And Bobby McWilliams absolutely livid. Thought it was a foul on the other end, and then they called that one. That's as angry and as demonstrative as you will see Bobby McWilliams get.
Yeah, especially when your star player on the other end doesn't get the call. You're looking for it to be consistent on both sides.
Thomas gives back. I mean, he rarely is that showing his anger. Deep 3 and another one. Rained home. 3 threes for GCA. They've gone out in front by a point.
Well, if they're going to shoot it like that, they're going to absolutely be in this game all night long.
Well, Upperman's in the 2-3, and GCA may shoot him out of it.
Yeah.
See if they have to go into the man-to-man at some point. Johnson gives over to Chaffin. Game of runs early. Now an errant pass. Cobb got held up a little bit off the screen. 5:04 to go in the first. It's 9-8.
And a really good response for this Grace Christian team after giving up the first 4 points of the game on a turnover. Obviously a lot of juice in the gym for the Bees. They've been able to respond and knock down a couple of shots to quiet down the crowd.
Yeah, 3 threes have sucked the air out of the ball game so far. Now in the half-court Vila. Now they bounce it into the corner. Little head fake from Mercer, who we did have on our roster. Thomas sends over right side. Now to the free throw line. A little turnaround, wide open. They let him have it, and he makes him pay. Puts that one in, and it's 11-8 now, GCA. Torrance. Chaffin, gotta be careful. He's barely into the half court. Now puts the dribble down. Whoa, Bronston Chaffin sends it to Ty Cobb. Stepping up. They're calling that closely guarded. Cobb with a sick crossover. Ty Cobb, little fadeaway. They got it. This kid's ridiculous. 4 points already for Ty Cobb. Now, slicing through traffic. It's swiped away by Cobb and Chaffin. Saved in by Torrance to Cobb. Behind the back dribble. Spin inside and the foul. And now they throw it off of him. Colton Johnson and Bronson Chaffin are on the floor. Don't do that, young man. Do not do that. As Ty Cobb's going to go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2.
He's going to take on anybody inside, able to get a nice move, draw the contact. And
it's Tonight's broadcast presented by Gentry's Power Equipment, your hometown steel dealer. Cobb to tie the game and try and take the lead. First one up, no good. Short-armed it. Branson Turnbow into the game for the first time. EJ's Barn scoreboard update, end of one. Smith County leads White County 12-11 at Roy Sewell Gymnasium tonight. Warriorettes got a nice win as Cobb makes the second, and we're tied. 3:54 to go in the first quarter, 11-11. Game of runs so far. Little crossover into the half court. They drive in, now slowed up, and a foul is called. It's going to go on Evan Huddleston, his first, team second.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. This is going to be a good challenge with the Rams coming in here for Upperman. Hadn't had a lot of close games. Had the one close game against Oakland. But Grace Christian's offense has been pretty solid early on here in testing the Upperman defense.
Now baseline drive, now forced into some trouble. A little turnaround. Turnbow not giving up any room, but a nice right-hand turnaround J goes through for Vela rather. And a timeout going to be called by Bobby McWilliams here on the floor, or is it a tech?
Did he?
Oh, he wants a timeout.
Oh, okay.
I think there was a warning
and then
a timeout.
Yeah.
30-second timeout on the floor, 13-11. And I'm just right here, I understand the frustration a little bit for Coach McWilliams. But GCA, 3 threes, it's a big difference in the game right now.
Yeah, I mean, they've come in, they've shot the basketball well. They've got guys that can move. I mean, we know Terrion Thomas, he's very strong with the basketball. He's going to be quick. And then they can get it to their shooters on the outside. Thomas has knocked down one of them as well. They've got a little bit of size inside that they can throw in there. So we talked about it, that size advantage for Grace Christian is going to be a factor in this game. And they've been able to get it inside, get a couple of kickouts for some open looks.
Yeah, Upperman looks like just from looks, has that strength advantage, the stockiness, but Grace Christian has that length inside where they can kind of do what we saw in that last possession, that Kareem skyhook. Branson Turnbow going to cross the timeline out of that brief timeout. Picks up his dribble, looking back door. Instead, Huddleston has to come out to possess. The senior Evan Huddleston gives to another senior Branson Turnbow. Now right side Huddleston again. Johnson fighting in the low block. Now Turnbow has it. Branson Turnbow off the dribble, has it swiped out of his hands, and it's awarded to Grace Christian. 3:06 to go in the first. It's 13-11. Terrion Thomas with it. Matched up by Ty Cobb. Upperman's gone into man-to-man, trying to limit some of those open threes potentially. Here's the baseline drive and an offensive foul. Evan Huddleston had legal guarding position, and it's going the other way. This one goes on Cameron Mercer.
He is really, really good at doing that. As long as, like you said, you're in that legal guarding position, you're staying straight up. You don't have to fall down. He lowered the shoulder, extended that arm, and that's what drew the foul.
Time ticking down here in quarter number one. Both offenses slow just a little bit here in the last minute or two. Turnbow pump fakes to Chaffin. Now reverses feed to Huddleston. Huddleston baseline drive. Evan Huddleston too far underneath the basket. No. And a foul way late. And it's going to go on GCA. And Evan Huddleston will go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot two. That foul. See who that one goes against. Missed the number. First free throw is good for Evan Huddleston. He's got 5 points in the first quarter so far. The foul went on Briggs Patterson. That was the team's third. Landon Hall gets his first action. The freshman has been really good in his run that he's had. Part of that depth we talked to Coach McWilliams about during the girls' halftime, that they're not planning out these rotations, just kind of feeling out who's got the hot hand, and that they have a lot of trust in those guys. When they get in, they're going to make plays.
Yeah, Joseph Maynard came in the fourth quarter against Oakland, played really well in that game.
Mid-range jumper is good. Another nice finish for Vela. He's got 6 points in the quarter, and it's back to a 3-point GCA lead.
He knocked down a couple of key free throws after Ty Cobb tried to get to the line to take the free throws in that situation.
Cobb off a screen, nearly swiped. Fastball into Chaffin. Now into Johnson. Johnson one dribble. Bounces back. Dangerous one. Chaffin has it. Working baseline. Bronston. Chaffin muscles in the foul. This one will go on Patterson. His second picked up in big 23. Going to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot two.
Oh, it's going to be a big foul as well because that is the size for Grace Christian that's out on the floor right now. So you get a couple of fouls on the other post players inside. They're going to leave them on there for right now because they don't have a ton of depth for this Grace Christian team.
The Mr. Football semifinalist misses the first off front iron. How dumb does that award look after what's happened the past few weeks in Upper Cumberland football? Good job, committee. Dummies. 1:55 to go in the first.
How do you really feel? Actually, let's not get into that.
I watched Zach Borders run for 700 yards in a state championship game. I watched Bronston Chaffin tear apart defenses all year. But, yeah, sure. Good job.
Waylon LaRue is correct. He was good.
Yep, and the other two should have been from here.
Yes.
As that one was nearly swiped away. Thomas goes back to get it. Now bounces it over right side. Martin. Turnaround shot with the right hand. Good. I mean, Vela is just tearing them apart in the mid-range right now. 8 points in the quarter for him, and it's a 4-point Rams lead. Buckle your seatbelts. The Bees are in for a fight tonight. Send it over to Hall. Landon Hall into Bronston Chaffin. Ty Cobb's on the bench, so Bronston Chaffin goes to work, goes off the glass for two.
It's a really good take by Bronston Chaffin. Felt the defense, able to get around him and get good position off his left shoulder and get the finish.
And oh, reliable. He's too little, Chad, from the Upperman student section beneath us here. We'll be back tomorrow. The Bees and Lady Bees take on Franklin County. Pass it over right side for Mercer. Mercer with a step back, finds Vela. Vela now picked up by Chaffin. Offensive foul. Bronston Chaffin, he takes a lot of charges. Goes down, and it'll go the other way. Vela picks up his first, team's fourth.
That might be one I disagree with.
I might agree with you.
There was a lot of...
You know what I like there more than anything, Jacob? No call.
Yeah.
I like that more than anything there.
Yes.
I wouldn't have liked a defensive foul either in that spot.
Yeah.
17-15, 49 seconds to go in the first. Ty Cobb, see if he holds or if they go to work here. Withstood a little bit of a run. Now drawing to a stalemate. Chaffin to Hall. Hall, one dribble back to Chaffin. They're posted up. Cobb in the low block. Well defended, so they're forced to reset. 30 seconds. Now Cobb has it. Ty Cobb has the lane. He's going to take it. Drives in behind the back. Oh, my goodness. Ty Cobb with the nonsense finish, and he's going to try to complete the three-point play.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough to guard him because he can do stuff like that through the air. He just kind of flicks it up there. He gets the English off the glass and gets it to fall home. And you get the ball game tied. Now a chance to take the lead with just 24 seconds to play here in the first quarter.
And Martin, one of their leading scorers, forced to the bench now with 2 fouls for GCA. And Ty Cobb trying to regain the lead to Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Up. Good. Ty Cobb, one of your leaders in the clubhouse for the Mr. Basketball Award, which is decided by the same group of geniuses that decide Mr. Football. 18-17.
Should have been Cade Capps last year.
Correct. And now those two
and
should be finalists this year.
Should be those two this year.
It should go between those two. 20 seconds left in the first. Here's Mercer. Upperman back out in front by a point. Offensive first quarter. Little flip pass. Now they work it around. Vela picks up his dribble. Nowhere to go for the moment. Turnbow there defensively. Mercer sends over. Now a drive into land of the trees. Mid-range jumper up and good. Nice finish by Patterson to end a back-and-forth first quarter. After one, it's GCA 19, Upperman 18. You're watching Upperman Basketball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Welcome back. A lot of you found the YouTube feed, a bunch of you. We welcome you in. Please subscribe to our channel, like the stream, just like you would if it was on Facebook, and comment along with us. Happy you're along with us tonight. I'm Noah McKay. He's Jacob Vincent. Back and forth first quarter. Upperman finds themselves in a 1-point deficit. Evan Huddleston, Bronston Chaffin free inside. Now triple team, doesn't matter. Bronston Chaffin with 5 points early on in this one. And now we have a whistle and a warning the other way. Both coaches have been issued warnings by the same official. And he's confused. I didn't see Coach saying anything. I'm not sure what there was to be mad about on that play, though.
I think he was saying he was yelling at one of his players.
Yeah, all right.
Which makes more sense.
We've had 3 warnings issued between the 2 games tonight. The next one will be a technical. Who's the lucky man? They go left side. It's like a game show. Deep 3 on the way, no good. Rebound down. Colton Johnson skies up, and he's been really good here in his sophomore season. Early on, he's grown a few inches, and you can see he's real comfortable on the floor.
He had a tremendous game against Oakland. They really needed it with his size inside.
Ty Cobb, wide open. Walk back the other way. Asanya Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. And Ty already has 11 first-half points.
And this might be where the Bees start to turn it on a little bit, try to extend their lead, something they really couldn't do against Oakland on Thursday.
Thomas slicing through, blocked. Johnson and Cobb go up for the swat. Here's Cobb in the half court. Crosses over, Ty Cobb, no, Chaffin with the rebound. The putback is good. The 2-man, Chaffin, Cobb, and it's a 6-point B advantage. Thomas with it in the half court. Put Bronston Chaffin on double-double watch early on in this game. Layla had a big first quarter. Now Thomas off a screen. Triggers the 3. No. They couldn't miss early on. Now all of a sudden struggling. Football pass from the quarterback, and it's tipped and intercepted. Layla goes the other way.
Terrion Thomas able to get the hand on it, too. A fitting candidate.
Now he has it in the half court in a 6-point game. Chaffin was looking for Cobb. A just cause. Layla gives back left side. Little shot fake. Now they drive. And out of control. That's a travel. Possession back the other way to the Bees.
That's what Upperman's been looking for here, especially in the second quarter early on. Some of these defensive stops, trying to string them together. The offense, they're going to get there no matter what with their offense. Can you string together those defensive stops? And finally, Grace is starting to miss a couple of shots as well.
Cobb bringing it up slowly. 2 minutes into quarter number 2. Now Huddleston with it. Huddleston gives to Torrance. Now Johnson. Johnson surveys the floor. Cobb comes out. Thomas hand fighting. We play on. No problem. Cobb crosses over. Goes to work. Shot fake. Goes up. Gets hit and one. This kid is ridiculous. Ty Cobb in the mid-range. Clear foul. Makes it fall, and he's going to the line.
Yeah, and that one was really tough, too. I mean, that was on a jump shot. It gets hit in midair, able to hang just enough, still releases, and gets the finish anyways.
He's at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. He's just a sophomore. He's going to play high-level college basketball somewhere, and he's going to have his choice. It's really going to heat up when he gets back on the AAU circuit with that Stars team in between his sophomore and junior season. That's when all the offers will start rolling in for him. Already has a couple of D1 offers. He can do it all. Free throw, money. He's got 6 in the quarter, 14 in the game. Still 5:35 to go in the second quarter, and Upperman all of a sudden is out in front by 9. Now, a giant is in the game, and Evan Huddleston says, thank you very much. Flip pass from Cobb to Torrance. Torrance trying to get it back to Cobb. Instead, turnaround shot and a foul. Jack Torrance goes to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2. And it does feel a little bit like that early push from GCA is starting to come back into form for Upperman on the other end.
Yeah, they did a really good job responding to the early lead by Upperman was 4-0. They're able to knock down a couple of shots to get the crowd out of it. But now the students are starting to get back into it a little bit. The offense is obviously starting to get going, and they're getting really good finishes. Not only they're drawing the contact here, they're getting the good finishes while drawing the contact as well. And obviously been able to string together those stops on the other side.
First one from Torrance is good, and you blink. Upperman was down 1 at the end of the first, and now they're up 11, 2.5 minutes later. Just like that. Martin with it. They need another run. Bounces it over to Thomas.
And it's been here defensively. Been able to get their hand on some basketballs, poke it away, and turn it into offense in the transition.
And they give to Mercer. Mercer spins away from one defender into another. Now that one's tipped by Cobb. It'll stay on this end. And they have got a young man who looks like he's 6'8" at least.
Yeah, he's huge.
And I cannot pronounce his name. I believe his last name is Sampa. He is gigantic. Now they bounce it into the mid-range, trying to find room to operate. Upperman back in the zone, but they've stretched it a little bit, and it works again. Turnbow with a tip and the steal. Here's Branson ahead, fires it to Cobb. Cobb explodes to the baseline, tried to tomahawk, and the rim is broken. The rim is broken, and they still put it in for 2, and Bronston Chaffin just replaced the rim.
Oh, did he push it back up?
Landon Hall put it in for 2, and Bronston Chaffin jumped up and put it back into place. Landon Hall made a bucket on a broken rim. Now Cobb fighting for the rebound. He gets it. Cobb pushing it ahead. He broke the rim, sends it to Hall. Hall lays it in for 2 more. It's timeout time for GCA. The top team in the state rolling now, up by 15. Full timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. This is Upperman basketball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
When you order delivery from Domino's, you can get more than just pizza for $6.99. You can get specialty chicken, savory pastas, oven-baked Parmesan bread bites, molten lava crunch cakes, and medium 2-topping pizzas as well. We didn't stop at pizza, and you don't have to either.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home on Links Drive in Cookeville. With 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms in a prime location, this could be your forever home. Call 931-979-1191 for more information and to schedule a showing, or visit chadandamycrouch.com. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
3 minutes and 48 seconds ago, or 38 seconds ago, rather, it was a 1-point lead for Grace Christian at 19-18. Upperman has opened up this quarter on a 16-0 run on the back of Ty Cobb with 6 points, Landon Hall with 4, Bronston Chaffin with 4, and Jack Torrance with 2. And they now lead by 15, and Ty Cobb broke the rim in the process. And then Bronston Chaffin, handyman, replaced it real nicely with a little tap.
Yeah, he kind of jammed it down, and then, like you said, Chaffin jumped up there and jammed it back up. So now it's good. At least it looks like it. But it was definitely tilted downwards, and Landon Hall still got a bucket out of it.
It was a great start for GCA.
It really was.
And Bobby McWilliams was not happy. They got on the whiteboard, and now Upperman is starting to flex its muscles. Still a lot of basketball to be played, and this is a GCA team that showed they can really shoot it.
Well, and Upperman wasn't playing their best defense in that first quarter. Defense has gotten a lot better here in the second, and big reason why they're on top by a lot.
Hall fires it out to Chaffin, trying to go up against a young man who's got a big size advantage on him, and wisely just reset it out. Torrance off the dribble. And this is what makes Upperman so dangerous as Hall goes to work inside. Skies up. That's a nice finish for Landon Hall. I called him a freshman earlier. He's not. And now another steal. Cobb sends over to Torrance and a foul. This one's going to go on Thomas, and it saved an easy 2. My apologies to Landon.
Joseph Maynard is the freshman.
Yes, and now a technical foul. Terrion Thomas going to pick up the tech. It's going to be 2 free throws in the ball for the Bees. And a young official now trying to. We're all good. Now the coach is wondering what happened. It's been percolating for a while. There's been a lot of warnings issued. I'm not sure exactly what Thomas would have been upset about, though. And now Ty Cobb goes to the line. So that's now 2 on Thomas back to back. which puts his total up to 3. And now one of the best players for them has to come out of the game with those 3 fouls. There's 2 free throws and the ball. Ty Cobb will shoot them both at the Sonia Brown of the American Way Real Estate free throw line.
Yeah, they were trying to figure out if there was a shot before the foul, so they're going to get the technical free throws, and then Upperman will just get the ball side out.
First free throw is good for Ty Cobb, who is just, you can chalk him up for 30 points a night right now.
Yeah,
I
mean, he really can. He can just hurt you in so many ways. And obviously, we talked about it in their first couple of games of the year. How do you replace the production of Brain Roberts? Ty Cobb just shoots the basketball more. He has the ball more in his hands. He goes and does more. And I mean,
and then you get Landon Hall and Joseph Maynard and a couple more points a game out of Torrance. And now Upperman with the basketball. It is a 20-0 run in 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's been really impressive.
Torrance left side, flashes into Cobb. Little turnaround jumper, got it. Ty Cobb is unconscious from the field right now. And Upperman has scored 22 points in 4.5 minutes.
This is a Lady B second quarter, but a lot more offense.
Yeah, defensively, pitching a shutout so far. GCA couldn't miss in quarter number 1. Now they can't even get an open look. They're going to take this one because it's way downtown. No good. Bronston Chaffin, another rebound. And clear the landing space. What a feed from Cobb. Hall lays it in for 2 more. Landon Hall has 8 points in the quarter. Upperman's opening up a can. It's 42-19. Now in the half court, driving in, and an offensive foul. Bronston Chaffin took another charge. Everything going Upperman's way here in quarter number 2, and that one was clear.
Yeah, that's already the 3rd charge that they've taken here in this game. I mean, it's something that obviously they focus on. Evan Huddleston is really good at it. Bronston Chaffin is really good at it, and making sure that they are set when the other players are coming at them. Just doing a really nice job defensively.
Now we have a sweat issue as his body's hit the ground. Stick around during Happy Hiller halftime show. We'll be joined by Dana McWilliams. Lady B's got a very nice win over GCA to open up the evening. We'll talk to her about that. Always good to catch up with the coach who just got her 800th win. Pretty cool. Very cool.
Not too many people can say they have 800 wins in their career.
You play maybe 30 games a year. It's now
they
that one.
do play 30 games a year.
Well, they play more than 30 games a year. They
but
play about 40 games a year, but still, it's very impressive. And she's not done yet. Now a little shrug and another charge. That time, Martin just picked up his 3rd personal. All sorts of foul trouble for GCA. All sorts of problems for GCA. Welcome to Baxter, Tennessee.
Yeah, they're in the bonus, but obviously it's player controlled, so it's not going to be free throws yet.
And they're going to bring Thomas in. He's got 3 fouls.
I mean, that's...
Oh, it's about to be.
It's getting out of hand. So
it is a 24-0 run for Upperman here in this quarter so far.
Yeah, it was 19-18. Grace led,
and now Cobb's on the bench, and they're not looking to slow down. Left side, Torrance flashes in for Chaffin. Bronston Chaffin says, "Get out of the way." Off the glass for 2 more. Not fair.
Yeah, this team's good.
Into the corner it goes. 3, no good. The number 1 ranked team in the UC top 5 on the boys' side. It's not changing. Ahead it goes to Huddleston. We said it on the girls' side. We'll say it on the boys' side with a little bit more emphasis in our voices. Is that one? Hall's able to keep it in. Now back to Torrance. Now, if you're Upperman, you'd love to pitch a shutout in this quarter. Hang your hat on that one.
Be impressive.
Chaffin inside to Johnson. Johnson is a foul. And he's going to shoot 2. Layla commits his 2nd. And Colton Johnson to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. And Ty Cobb back to the scorer's table.
Not only are they pitching a shutout, they have, 24 points here in the quarter?
26.
26 points here in the quarter?
It was 19-18 at the end of the first. It is now 44-19. First free throw is good.
And that's not a little amount of points.
No.
In 1 quarter.
Collier Bush gets his first action in this game. And you talk about a kid like Landon Hall. How many teams is he unquestionably starting on in the Upper Cumberland? All the rest of them? As the first free throw or the second free throw is good as well for Johnson. The big man goes 2 for 2. And it's now a 28-0 run.
That was kind of the conversation, obviously, with Cookeville last year. I mean, they had 7 guys that really were starters anywhere they go play when Jaron Davis and Joseph Owens are coming off the bench.
Vela boxed up by Johnson. Now goes inside, and Johnson picks it away, and a foul is called. Ooh, Colton Johnson going to get called for the personal. Nope, they do not. They call it on Huddleston, and I'm more okay with that as the body contact down low. And it was about to be called the FAA with those two coming down the floor. 0 and 23 were taken off. Thomas gets it in. Back to him in the corner. Quick trigger 3. They need it, can't get it. Chaffin with another rebound. Firmly on double-double watch. Collier Bush ahead to Ty Cobb. Cobb, baseline drive, going up, trying to catch a body. Knocked out a play, and they award it to GCA. Huh. Thomas bounces it over. Now Vela. Can they just get something? So working in the halftime locker room. It's a great first quarter for GCA. Driving in, Huddleston with great defense, nothing doing. He gets the rebound. Here they go the other way. Ahead to Cobb. Is this the one? He'll just lay it in. Nice and easy, Ty Cobb. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 points in the quarter. Now, 3-ball up on the other end. No. Cobb with the board. 30 seconds for Ty Cobb. Trying to get on the 100-point pace. Ahead to Chaffin. Looking in for Huddleston. Huddleston reverses back to Chaffin. Now Bush. Bush to Chaffin. 20 seconds. Oh, he wanted the alley-oop. Cobb got free. They didn't look to him yet. See if they cycle it back around. 12 seconds. Clear the landing area. 8 seconds for Ty Cobb. Sends it right side to Bush. 4 seconds. Huddleston. Huddleston to Bush. Has to trigger it. It's blocked to end a quarter of pure and utter domination by the home team. They outscore Grace Christian Academy 30-0 in the second. As we head to halftime, it's Upperman 48, Grace Christian 19. This is Upperman basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. Visit happyhiller.com to see how our friends at Hiller can help solve your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical problems today. It's happyhiller.com. At the break, Upperman, after a 30-0 run in the second quarter, leads Grace Christian Academy 48-19, trying to complete the doubleheader. Coach, I'm sorry, your girls only scored 49 points in the entire game, but you'll take it because it's 49-32, a final for your team. You get to 7-1 on the season. But first, win number 800 in your career. Congratulations. And the thing I was struck by, a lot of former Lady Bees came out onto the floor. How cool was that moment for you just to have that, all those players that you coached and now some of your assistant coaches and in the last couple of years come in and
it's really special to see these former players come back, and they come back game after game. They're here all through the year after year. We got tremendous support, and that means the most to me, more than the wins. If you look at the scores table over there, it's a lot of Lady Bees over there that help with the scores table and help me, but then just people who come in as fans and still the program means a lot to them, so that's really special to me.
You get a good Division II team in here tonight. You're able to take care of business. Kind of your assessment of the game tonight?
Yeah, I thought we did a great job. Probably our best defensive game of the year, in my opinion. I thought Ava Mae Allen did a fantastic job on Burns on 10. I thought she's a spectacular player, and I think she didn't. I think we held her to 5, no field goals. But we had we had a pretty good scout tonight too. But I thought our other kids helped. They were right where they needed to be when we needed to. I thought that was the best we've done this year on the defensive end.
You started to build a little bit of consistency. You go to a really good Creekwood team. You're able to handle business convincingly. You do the same here tonight. It was 20 plus throughout most of the fourth quarter, and they were able to get back a little bit. What's been the key for your girls as you now kind of getting your feet wet here in the season, 7 games in, to starting to do consistent things night in and night out?
Well, I think you've been covering our games for a while. It's very normal for that to be how it looks for us early in the year. So, no panic buttons on our part. 7-1 is I guess that's what it is. That's what you said. So, but we just try to each game try to get a little bit better, have a little bit better feel, and it takes time for us to kind of gel and figure out what we need to do. So, we know we're not, or hope we're not, anywhere close to where we want to be or going to be. But I'm seeing some progress, and I'm happy with what I'm seeing. I feel like Maggie's becoming much more of the Maggie Butler before her injury that we knew was going to be fantastic. But just really proud of all of them.
Taylor obviously had a huge game on Saturday, 27 points. We've seen Sadie have some big scoring outputs. Tonight, early on, you got the threes to go. Getting the second, they weren't falling, and Gracie started really kind of attacking the rim. Is that kind of her best role for this team, to be able to be that penetrator role on a team full of shooters, and that can kind of sustain you maybe when some of those shots aren't falling? Yeah,
Gracie's such an incredible athlete. Yeah. She can do so much, and Taylor, you just can't leave her. Yep. Sadie, you can't leave her. You just can't, And Gracie can shoot the three well. Maggie shoots the three well. We usually this year we pretty much got 5 offensive threats on the floor, and Gracie just has that ability to get to the rim and get downhill. And I think she was doing that early, just wasn't finishing as well. And for me, I told her, I said, look, you're getting them. You're getting the shots. They'll fall. And so you're starting to see her making more and more. And, Gracie's a really good passer, too. She makes the right decisions, most of the time when she's going to the rim, whether she's going to kick it out or try to make the finish. So I think, she and Taylor play really well together. They've been, playing together. This is their 3rd year starting together. So, but, yeah, I think that's the one thing that is beneficial for us. We have some different weapons. So, each night it could definitely be one of many.
One last question for you. It's critically important. We mentioned we're going with you guys again down to the Sunshine State, and I mentioned this to Coach Bobby, but to you, could you loosen his irons a little bit or something? I really need some help. He said all he wants to do is beat me, and I said, well, that's easy, but I just need some assistance from you to get in his head a little bit, maybe something I could throw at him trash talk wise.
I'm telling you, he's pretty good. He's a really good golfer.
Well,
so I don't.
Austin is.
And Austin is too. Yeah, they're both really good.
Jason and I have some more.
Yeah, there you go. And I was going to tell you, we talked about the bench over there and some former players, but Sierra Nash on my team this year, her mom was on my team where we had our very first win. The very first win I had at Upperman.
That's awesome.
And so it was pretty cool. When Misty came out there, she said, Coach, I was on your very first one. I said, yeah, those weren't easy. Those days weren't easy either. But really special to me. Misty's been a huge part of our program. She's always been around. AJ playing for the boys, Sierra playing for me. And it's pretty cool for Misty to be part of that very first one, and then Sierra be a part of this one.
Absolutely. And the most impressive part is you did it in 10 years. Barely took you any time at all. Congratulations, Coach. You'll be back in action tomorrow against Franklin County. We'll be here for it as well. That's Dana McWilliams. Lady Bees victorious tonight. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate is proud to present the Goff Ridge Resort at Center Hill Lake, featuring homes and large level building lots. Homes starting in the $290s and building lots starting at $42,900. The lots are soil tested and approved with utilities at the road and are ready for you to build your dream home. For more information, contact Realtor Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR. All Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. All Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. All Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. Again, our thanks to Danny McWilliams for joining us there during the Happy Hiller halftime show. At the break, Upperman leads 48-19. And Jacob, just thinking about it, man, we call a lot of high school basketball. That is as dominant as I have ever seen a quarter be, considering the circumstance. We've seen, games where a team's going to win by 50 and they go in. But considering the talent that this GCA team does have, is Upperman a favorite? Sure. This is not a bad basketball team. And to blank them 30-0 in a quarter. First of all, to score 30 in a quarter.
Yeah.
But 30-0, super impressive quarter by Bobby McWilliams' team.
Yeah, you said it. Just to score 30 points is really impressive, but to do it in shutout fashion, and that's exactly why they got to 30 points, because the defense was really, really good to start the second quarter. They were able to continue that on as it went on in the second quarter. Just a really good team effort. And now for Grace Christian, you're just trying to do anything you can offensively. It was the three-point ball in the first quarter, and you couldn't get anything going there in the second.
You will never believe this, but the game's leading scorer is Ty Cobb. 20 points in the first half for the sophomore point guard. And now GCA with it in the half-court mid-range jumper. No fight for the rebound. They get it back. Vela throws it up and good. First points in a long time, and he's their leading scorer. Christian Vela now has 10 points.
Yeah, he was the one that really got him going there in that first quarter, and then obviously nobody got it going in the second. So good to see him back in there and get some more points on the board.
Torrance gives over to Huddleston. Huddleston, little shot fake in the half-court. Now Torrance with it. Johnson sends right side Huddleston. Huddleston, baseline drive, little shot fake, shoulder shrug, and one. Evan Huddleston having a really nice game. 8 points. He goes to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line.
That was a really good drive by Evan Huddleston. Obviously, he beat his man, and then he kind of let him catch up. He knew he was going to be right behind him, so he goes up with a shot fake, gets him off balance, and then able to go up and still finish through the contact and draw the foul.
Good one on the EJ's Barn scoreboard. Into three. White County 35, Smith County 38. Free throw no good for Huddleston. Rebound down to GCA. Trying to work. Upperman's gone into man-to-man and then flashed into a stretch zone a few times in this game. Kept him off balance. Now a drive inside. Blocked. Ty Cobb with the swat. Huddleston with a rebound. Now here's Cobb. One-on-one. Drives in. Throws it up. No. Fight for the rebound. And that was a tie-up and a half. It's a jump. The arrow belongs to Upperman.
He's had a few of those, that being Colton Johnson today, were physical pull-downs of the basketball.
Hey, that kid, that linebacker, whoo, you're looking at a Division I college football player down there on the field. You're looking at two of them in Bronston Chaffin and Colton Johnson. And Ty Cobb could have been if he wanted to play football. Yeah. He's a basketball player.
Yeah, Ty seems kind of he'd play any sport.
Can you imagine that kid at defensive back as Cobb sends over to Johnson, turnaround inside, good. Colton Johnson finishes off the feed from Chaffin, and Upperman's lead is 31 points. They were down 1 at the end of the first quarter, and a minute and a half into the third, they are up 31 points. Mid-range jumper for Vela. He's the only one that could get anything going. He puts it in for 2 more.
Yeah, I already had Coach Shanks text me. Did they just go on a 30-0 run in the second quarter? Yes.
Sure did.
Yes, they did.
That is correct. Can you imagine Ty Cobb at shortstop? I'm just thinking about these different sports. Cobb, jumper up, no.
Speaking of Coach Shanks, I'm sure a coach that would love to have him out there.
Now a little toss out to the left. Mid-range jumper again for GCA, no. Those are the shots they were getting at will in the first quarter, and they made all of them. Now Chaffin picks up. Cobb off the dribble. Now Huddleston has it. Huddleston drives in. Nice bounce pass to Johnson again, and Colton Johnson now getting loose. The adjustment's been to Chaffin and Cobb, so now the others are having room to operate. Now a little tip pass.
Yeah, that's kind of what we talked about with the Lady Bees and how many different players they have that can hurt you offensively. This Bees team is the same thing. It's not just Ty Cobb and Bronson Chaffin.
Mid-range pull-up. No. Rebound tip, and guess who won it? Colton Johnson then fired it, and it'll go back to GCA. Ralph is watching, a 1965 graduate of Upperman High School. Yeah, Brittany just texted, or a message just said he played baseball, he was a beast. Yeah, that ties the type of kid.
I believe that.
He played badminton. He was a beast. He is a one-of-one athlete. Working it around the world. Upperman back into the zone. Driving in. Chaffin took another charge. His third charge he took, and he literally just stood there and sang the campfire song from SpongeBob until the contact arrived. It's an easy call. Martin commits his 4th foul, his 2nd charge, and Chaffin took both of them.
I was going to say, they're going to start running out of players here in a bit because they had a lot of foul trouble there in that first half.
Well, the clock's going to run when we get to the 4th quarter, barring a little run here for GCA. If Upperman can add 4 more, because that one's knocked out of play. Watch out, Jayla Cobb over there. A lot of alumni in the building tonight for Upperman.
Yeah, when a coach gets their 800th victory.
And it's not a champions, of which there are plenty, as Cobb.
Yeah, they had more at halftime there as well, as you probably were able to hear some of.
Cobb, baseline drive, and looks across for Chaffin, tipped out of play, and they give it to GCA. Lady Bees allow 32 points. So far, Upperman has allowed 23, and 19 of them were in the first quarter. Now the Bees are scoring a little bit more than the Lady Bees did.
A lot of that, too, for the Bees. Grace was just shooting the basketball at a very high clip.
Vela gives off, little mid-range jumper from the elbow, no. Fight for the rebound, GCA has it. Now Vela inside, good positioning for him. He's a really good player. 6 points in the quarter for him. That's all the points for GCA. Here's Cobb, feeds it across for Johnson. He tipped it, able to possess. Now Turnbow with it. 3:58 to go. Now Cobb has it. Cobb. Well, wait. Why not? 29-point lead. Inside it goes to Johnson again. Johnson, little shot fake, puts it up, good. Colton Johnson, 6 in the quarter, 10 in the game. The sophomore working. 31-point game again. Here comes GCA in the half court, trying to spin inside, and now kick out. Somehow finds the target into the mid-range. Now they reverse back. Vela wants it, has it, triggers the open 3. No. Fight for the rebound and a foul. Turnbow hacked down on the arm. It'll be his first personal, team's first here in the third.
Yeah, Terrion Thomas, a really good rebound there, able to secure the basketball. And then you said it, Turnbow kind of the swiping over, got him on the arm, and that's what picked up the foul.
Landon Hall and Joseph Maynard checking in for Cobb and Chaffin. We'll tell you about the 3 broadcasts we have tomorrow. Another one on Wednesday, another one on Thursday, another one on 2 on Friday as a 3 is up and a foul will be called on the shot. And Cameron Mercer will go and shoot 3. See who they get for this one. It's going to go on Landon Hall, his first, team second. Tomorrow night, 3 broadcasts to choose from. Upperman, home against Franklin County. Cookeville on the road against Farragut. Pickett County at Stone Memorial. Those should be 2 very interesting games.
That's going to be really good.
As the first free throw is through for Mercer. His first points of the game.
I love the sarcastic cheer from the Upperman students after a made free throw.
He gets 2 more. Wednesday, it's the UCR basketball show. We will unveil the UC top 5. Myself and Jacob will tell you about all the different things going on across Upper Cumberland hoops. Thursday, Pickett County at Eagleville.
Yep.
Across the state, as the next free throw is good for Mercer as well, 2 for 2. Friday, help me. Friday, Cookeville is at home against Oakland.
Yes.
And there is one more broadcast.
Pickett County and Cumberland County.
Pickett County and Cumberland County, as that one is up and good. Mercer goes 3 for 3. And Saturday, Stone Memorial boys here in this gym against Loretto. Upperman girls against Maryville. And Upperman boys against Tennessee Heat. Now Johnson inside. Now kicks out wide open as Maynard triggers the 3. No. Rebound down. Right to Landon Hall, who puts it in for 2 more.
He's played really well tonight. He had a nice little stretch there in that first half, and now up to 10 points on the night.
From the secondary logo, why not? No good. Long rebound. Turnbow runs it down. And a foul. Maybe something on the backside that we couldn't see. And that one goes on number 10, Peterson. That's his 3rd, team's 3rd. Five on the floor for the Bees. Johnson, Hall, Torrance, Huddleston, Turnbow. I believe that Stone Memorial Pickett game is going to be the high school basketball game of the week. First of the year tomorrow night.
It's a good one.
Yep. As Hall goes inside with it. Turnaround shot. Landon Hall's feeling it, but that one won't fall. Rebound down. GCA with it, trailing by 30 here on the road. Pass over into the corner. Little head fake, baseline drive, and a foul will be called on Evan Huddleston. Be his 3rd, and a trip to the line to shoot 2 here for Christian Baker.
You mentioned that Pickett-Stone game, and the girls' game, obviously Pickett still, they're waiting to get Callie Reeder back. She was dressed against Jellicoe, but she was never going to go. They're just trying to kind of get her back into the routine. They still don't expect her to be back for probably a couple more weeks. So this will be a good challenge for a Pickett team that doesn't have a lot of size right now. Stone Memorial does have a lot of size, so we'll see if they're able to combat that a little bit. And then on the boys' side, the Pickett boys look really, really good. I mean, they played really well against Jellicoe. That offense is as connected as I've seen, but they're going against a really, really good offensive player, probably the best offensive player that we have in the Upper Cumberland, and obviously we've got Ty Cobb right here as well.
Yeah,
but,
you can't say either one with any bass in your voice anymore, the way these 2 kids are going at it. I mean, my goodness. You got 2 kids in our area who will just blink and give you 30. That is not normal human behavior. And it doesn't matter who they're playing. 4A team, Division II team, 3A team, 1A team, they're going to give you 30. As Cobb off the dribble fires into Chaffin, who puts it off the glass for 2. Another score to double figures for the Bees. Back to a 30-point game. Chaffin and Cobb got a little breather. Now they're back in, trying to push it to 35 so that the clock will run in the 4th quarter. Torrance with a swipe, but it went right over to Thomas. Thomas going to step back for 3, in and out, no. Chaffin with another rebound. Inching closer and closer to a double-double. Bronston Chaffin back to Torrance. Torrance to Hall, wide open. Landon Hall for 3, no. Rebound down. Grabbed by GCA. The Rams will push it ahead. Thomas, no-look feed over right side. Chaffin tried to take the charge. Instead, he got the block. It'll stay on this end with the Rams. We appreciate Gentry's Power Equipment for being a presenting sponsor of Upperman basketball all season long on UCR. As we mentioned, we will be with the Bees and Lady Bees in Tampa in a couple of weeks. Turnaround jumper in the mid-range, no. Hall with another rebound. I'll tell you, really impressed with Landon Hall tonight.
He's been a really, really good reserve player off the bench for this Upperman team that brings in production off the bench.
Now, after an errant pass, Thomas got it in the front court, couldn't do anything with it as Cobb got back defensively. Now a feed inside, little right-handed runner, no. Offensive rebound, though, the putback, no. Hall with the rebound there, sends it ahead to Chaffin. Torrance, alley-oop time, no. Torrance going to lay it in with a right hand instead.
He wanted to get in on the score column.
Well, and they also left him the open lane, so he did the right thing to not force the alley-oop. But Jack Torrance with his first field goal of the evening. 32-point lead. Now a steal for Torrance. Into the half court goes Torrance. Loses it for a moment and again, and it's out. And possession will go back to GCA. .16 seconds. GCA led by 1 after the first quarter.
They sure did.
It's not the case anymore. Now on the other end, another shot disrupted by Hall. Put back, and a foul will be called on him. Trip to the lineup coming for Peterson. Be his first trip.
Well, this is just domination.
It truly is. First one good.
Got another fun one tomorrow. Cookeville Farragut, especially on the girls' side, should be really fun. That Cookeville team, I mean, they've been challenging themselves early on this season with a lot of really good basketball teams.
Yeah, we should see how they bounce back after that Knox-Webb loss a week ago.
Yeah, they've, again, another week in between games for them as well. They've had 2 weeks now where they've had a full week in between games.
Then they'll go really hard in that Smoky Mountain Christmas tournament as Cobb will be fouled on his way up the floor with 2 seconds to go.
They start that with Loretto, which is, again, another 2A contending state championship team.
2 seconds left for a little magic for the Bees, potentially. Cobb going to inbound. Fires in wide open is Hall. What a play! And Upperman gets 2 more to cap off another quarter of dominance. After 3, it's Upperman 64, GCA 32. This is Upperman basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer with a huge selection of outdoor power equipment including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman athletics and UCR. All Sports and Outdoors in Jamestown is the Upper Cumberland's best sporting goods store. From cleats to camping supplies and everything in between, this family-owned store has it all. All Sports and Outdoors is proud to support our community, including student athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. Stop in at 207 South Main Street or visit their website at hall42.com. All Sports and Outdoors is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. All Bees here in this one after quarter number 1. They lead 64-32. They are 3 points away from a running clock. Noah McKay joined by Jacob Vincent. Happy to be along with you here this evening. As Upperman about to sweep the doubleheader. Inside, little shot finish for GCA. Now an errant pass. Cobb tries to take it back, and he'll pick up his first personal foul.
Just a little too aggressive there for Chaffin. Trying to push it ahead. Jack Torrance has been really good defensively.
He forces another turnover. Here's Bronsden Chaffin, who slams it home. The right-hand tomahawk slam for QB1. Jack Torrance a little bit slow to get up on the other end, but he's back onto his feet. They're taking a fall, forcing the turnover. Branson Turnbow back in. There's a few guys in white and gold who can jump out of the gym. Bronsden Chaffin at the top of the list. He's at 13 points in the ball game, a bucket of rebounds as well. Now left wing and a moving screen on Vela as his feet kind of got off center and possession goes back. And the running clock is certainly 35 points. Noah. It's 35 in basketball, 30 in football. And I'm 100% sure because the clock is not running at a 32-point game. Do appreciate those score updates, though, in the chat. If you have one more on that White County game, I would take it.
Goose is there today.
He is not.
He is not there today?
Because I let him not go after he was finishing up that cinematic highlight reel.
Look at you. What a guy.
That's Chaffin. Meanwhile, you got to go to Farragut tomorrow. That's Cobb in the corner. But you can go to Indiana on Friday and Saturday.
Right.
So
well,
there you go. Wisconsin. It's the same thing. I've been to both. It's literally it's colder Indiana. That's all it is with cheese. Left side, Cobb gets free. Left-hand lay. Good for 2. That's the first points for Ty Cobb in the second half. And now we have a foul and a technical as Cobb got 2 hands into the chest of one of the GCA players who's been kind of picking at him tonight. He had enough, and Cobb will pick up the technical and the personal.
Going to go intentional.
And they're going to go intentional and a technical. Or are they just going intentional?
I think
just
yeah,
intentional.
It looks like it's just, well, I don't know.
So the first free throw is no good. And this is the young man who was fouled, and Martin. Seemed like a lot for that, if it's both. And Joseph Maynard will check in for Cobb. So it's just the intentional. So just the intentional foul on Cobb, which is not a lot. I'm okay with that. And the inbound will come from the other side of the floor for GCA. I'm with it. All right. At first it was technical, and then say, wait, it was on the shove. So nothing after. So just the intentional.
You said it. I mean, Ty's going to hear a lot from a lot of different players throughout this season.
And 99% of the time, the official doesn't see the 2-hand shove on your way past as you try to bounce down the floor. That time it was caught. As Thomas throws it up, low wild, no good. Maynard using that big frame to go up and grab the board. Now shooting off. Maynard able to get into the half court for Chaffin. Chaffin protecting the basketball, now finds Huddleston. 2 more points, and this thing's going to run. Chaffin. Johnson and Vela going at it in the low block. Do they go after it? Maynard starts to drive now. Turnbow with it. Turnbow picks up his dribble. Colton Johnson sends it into Chaffin. Chaffin got pushed. 2 hands into the back. That one will go on Patterson. That'll be his first. Team's second here in quarter number 4. Inbound to Chaffin. Bronston Chaffin, nice feed to Johnson. That is a great play by Chaffin, and Johnson rewards him with an assist. Now, the clock gonna run. 3 ball up on the other end, no. Rebound by Johnson again. Finds Huddleston. Huddleston ahead to Chaffin, and Bronston Chaffin lays it in for 2 more, and we'll have a stoppage for subs. With 5:26 to go in the ball game as some of the bench begins to empty. Still some familiar faces for the Bees, but that'll do it for most of the starters besides Jack Torrance this evening, who have just completely flipped the script after quarter number 1.
Yeah, I mean, again, we can't emphasize enough. It was back and forth in that first quarter, and really Grace Christian found themselves kind of with the momentum on their side after the start of the game.
Now a foul. Count it, and 1 for GCA. That one's going to go for Martin. I love the emphatic count it in a 35-point game. Clock runs down. Martin goes to the line.
Hey, you take it where you can get it.
Free throw, no good.
It was good.
Pardon me, it was good. Like he said. I was trying not to laugh. As Hall drives inside, puts it up off the glass. Good. Nice take for Landon Hall. 14 points for him tonight.
I believe that. I would imagine that's a career high.
Got to be close. Now they give out.
You just can't get over it, can you?
I got the giggles as Thomas crosses over. Mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound down. GCA has it. Rams turning inside. Nice step through. A little right-hand lay. Won't fall. Rebound down. Still loose. Rams have it again. 3-ball going up. That one is good. Martin able to hit the 3, and he's getting closer to his season average. He was really held in check, but now able to feast a little bit. But another nice take. Landon Hall has been really good, and has not just been here at the end, where the starters are still in for GCA.
He was playing in the first half as well. So, I mean, he had the majority of his points in the first half.
Now there's a fight for the rebound. Torrance able to tip it. Collier Bush comes away. Bush, dangerous pass. Torrance able to possess. Now flips it over to Bush. Bush now right side Hall. Why not? Corner 3, no good. Rebound down. Rams come away. Dangerous pass. Guess who just picked it off? Landon Hall gives to Sism. Now they work it right side Torrance. Little head fake for Jack Torrance. Kicks it to Hall. Shoot it, young man. Bush with it. Get your 20. Collier Bush for 3. No. Under 3 minutes to go.
He's got time.
He's sitting at 16 right now. Little drive and a foul will be called. This will be the 4th team foul against Upperman. Goes on Jack Torrance. It's his 2nd. Final score on the EJ's Barn scoreboard. White County gets the last laugh. They win 54-50 over Smith County. They trailed throughout the majority of the game. But they're able to push the right buttons, and Trip Pinion has returned to practice for the Warriors here in the past couple of days.
Good to see.
It'll be a huge boost for them to get that young man back in. Now a little baseline pass for GCA. 2:20 to go. Tip pass back and forth. Leads to an open 3, and they hit it. Martin really pouring it in here in quarter number 4. He's got 9 in the frame. That gives him 15 in the game. Hall with it for 19. Can't get it. Rebound tipped down. Now they'll push it ahead in transition. Feed across, intercepted. Maynard able to pick it off. Now he'll turn and go the opposite way. Maynard feeds it across. Dangerous pass. Ricochets around. Getting a little sloppy now. Pass it to the half court. A foul will be called. Count the bucket. Mercer will go to the stripe to try and complete the 3-point play. And really, Jacob, similar to the girls' game, we're looking a little bit closer than it was. This one was a blowout, just like the first game was.
It's still a 30-point game. And this is going to be, again, a really good win for this Upperman team. And then another really good challenge against, I believe, a 4A opponent tomorrow against Franklin County. And then, obviously, they get Tennessee Heat, who's always a good program, that homeschool program coming in on Saturday. So you'll have a fun one as well with Stone Memorial Loretto. That should be a fun ball game, that first one of the day on Saturday.
It will. Mercer completes the 3-point play. 1:14 and counting to go. Sism is back to Bush. Now right side. Drive, that pass intercepted, another turnover. That film study's not going to be fun tomorrow for these past couple of possessions. Now inside a foul, and this is going to be 2 free throws. Run, clock, run. As they'll send the big man to the line to shoot 2. Gunner block. Jumped the gun just a little bit. Started to run onto the floor. Got to wait a second. Free throw no good.
Sorry, they did stop the clock.
Block will check in. Yeah, under a minute to go at the free throw line. They'll stop it. Lofton Crouch also checking into the game. Next one. Good. 1 for 2 at the line. And now Joseph Maynard ahead into the half court. 28-point lead for the Bees. Maynard loses it. Another turnover for Upperman. Pass ahead into starters for GCA. That does not count as a dunk. That absolutely does not count as a dunk.
You're not telling me if you were the same height, you wouldn't count that as a dunk?
Couldn't relate.
I'm 100%
Never been a problem.
counting. I'm 100% counting
I was
that as
6'4" as a freshman in high school. That was not an issue. The dunk, you can't shoot. That's a shot that you finish by grabbing the rim. That's not a dunk. Now that one's knocked out of play. It'll stay with the Bees. 12 seconds and counting to go. Nice little finish for GCA, but it is nowhere near enough tonight. 4 seconds left. Sism's going to trigger a 3. No good, and that will do it tonight. Dominance out of the home team. Your final score, Upperman 76. Grace Christian Academy out of Knoxville, 50. We welcome you into the American Farmhouse and Legacy House post-game show. Scoring for the Bees is as follows in this game tonight. Ty Cobb with 22 points, 20 of them in half number 1, 15 for Bronston Chaffin, 16 points for Landon Hall tonight. 10 for Colton Johnson. That is 4 scores in double figures for the Bees. 8 for Evan Huddleston and 4 for Jack Torrance for a team total of 76. It's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Jacob Vincent, who's it going to tonight?
Let's go Landon Hall.
Why not?
I like Landon Hall for the Player of the Game, and obviously this game was won in the second quarter. You win a quarter 30-0. It's that's the reason you won the ball game. Landon Hall, some really good minutes. Would imagine would be a career high for him. I think he had said 16 points for him tonight, and a lot of those came in the first half. And so we're going to go Landon Hall. Obviously, Ty Cobb played very well. He's going to win Player of the Game a lot this season. So Landon Hall it is.
5-0 on the season, 4 blowouts for Upperman. They'll see if they can continue their winning streak tomorrow when they welcome in Franklin County. Girls game at 6, boys game to follows. I will be here with all the action. Hope you'll join us for one of 3 games across the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network. Jacob will be in Knoxville as Cookeville takes on Farragut. Casey and Jack will be in Crossville for Pickett County against Stone Memorial. Wednesday night, it's the UCR basketball show where we will unveil the UC Top 5, boys and girls, and talk about all the different action throughout the week, preview next week's slate as well. Keep browsing UpperCumberlandReporter.com right now on our YouTube channel where you are watching this game in 4K, the cinematic highlight reel for Macon County winning the Class 4A state championship. If you haven't watched it yet, you need to go watch it as soon as we're done with this. Upperman sweeps the doubleheader tonight against Grace Christian. The Lady Bees get it done 49-30.